welcome everybody to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All. I'm your host, Cody Lashney, co-host of the C3 Panthers podcast, welcoming you all to the fan show of all fan shows, baby. The C3 Friday Free for All. Your opportunity to come on the C3 Panthers podcast and make your opinion on all things Carolina Panthers known and heard. If you would like to join the show, the link is in not only the chat room on both Facebook and YouTube, it's also in the description box of both Facebook and YouTube. Without further ado, you already recognize some of my free-for-all faithful. Hey, man, we do this every Friday, man. And, you know, I've got the cult of free-for-all going on. I appreciate each and every single one of these dudes. I'm just going to go right to the left. As a matter of fact, I'm going to jump over Nick because Nick's still not by his computer. Let me go to the commander of the Gold Cloaks, Sir Jay Stubbs. Jay Stubbs, what's up, buddy?
Finally, Panther football is back, baby.
Let's get it. I'm pumped, dude. This Sunday, Panther football, baby. Dude, I'm pumped. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to break down some of these prize picks tonight in order to be able to break up this game, maybe be able to make a little cash. Oh, shit. Use promo code C3 at prizepicks.com. We're going to jump into that later. We're going to talk a little Cam Newton, Josh Allen. We're going to talk about what's going on at the center position. And apparently Matt Rhule saying some weird shit at his press conference. What else is new? We'll get into all of that. But next up, this man, he's named after a tasty-ass beverage. And there's nothing else to say. It's White Chocolate Espresso. White Chocolate, what's up, bro?
Not much, man. Just chilling. Watched the new Lord of the Rings episode. It's getting interesting.
This last
Give me the hot D, baby.
For me, bro. There we go. That's what it really is. Y'all need to get some hot D in your life. Is what really needs to be happening. Man, what a time for fantasy shows, man. It's a good time to be alive. But yeah, absolutely. Happy that you can have your presence on the show, man. You know, my favorite commander. You know what I'm saying? You're a cock commander to me, bro. Yeah,
always,
no doubt.
Next
up, the myth and the legend of Panther Pickle grows every Friday. Kenneth Panther Pickle, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. You know what? I hear something. Y'all hear that? Touchdown, Carolina!
Yeah.
And, I hear some crying too. Yeah.
Oh, that's Browns fans.
That's just Browns fans crying again. They always do that shit. Don't worry.
That's right. That's right. That's all they do.
They as bad as the Rams fans today when they was crying.
Yo, Browns, they talking shit. They talking big shit.
Oh, yeah. They do every year. And how many opening seasons have they won? One in like 50 years.
Yeah, they haven't won an opener in like what 17 years or something crazy shit.
All right, guys, let's not jinx ourselves here.
Not jinx it.
No, if anyone's gonna jinx us, it's gonna be the team, man. The team has to go up there and whip some ass. Yeah. That's what they need to do. We have a perfect opportunity for them to do so.
Yes, sir. And Browns, don't worry, your ass whooping is coming.
That's right.
And that's all.
Hey, look, we have a fun Week 1 matchup to break down. How about that? We're breaking down legitimate NFL football, y'all. This is incredible. This is our time of year. I'm pumped for it. Last but not least, my man holding it down way up north, my favorite hunter, Drew. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, countdown is on. Panther football is back, and we are ready to pounce on the Browns. I cannot wait.
Loving it. Loving it, man.
I just hope the weather doesn't cost us this game. That's all I'm worried about at this point is this weather, because I was waiting for McAdoo to open up that offense.
Yeah.
I can see it hurting the Browns more than us, actually.
Wet and wild, baby.
How much rain are they calling for? Do we know? Like, are they saying it's going to be like a?
They're saying like on and off.
Bowl?
on and off drizzle, but maybe thunderstorms too.
Yeah,
So
last time I
we
checked
know-
was forms.
We're not going to know until like the day of, probably Sunday morning. Check the forecast.
They said the same thing for FanFest, though. I mean, it was clear and dead.
Yeah, that is true, man. It would be interesting because I think it could definitely affect the way the game is played, depending on the amount of rain. But before we go forward, how about we welcome the founder of the C3 Panthers podcast? You know him and
Dad?
love him. It's the Professor, White Chocolate
Dad?
Espresso's legitimate father, Tony Dunn. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
He the pappy.
I hate it, baby.
I don't even know if he knows his own name.
It's
He's confused.
Tony.
All right, we'll go back to
And
Tony.
he's gone. Just
Glad
like
he
that.
wasn't
Yeah,
fat with her.
he popped in, and
Just like-
I don't know. Maybe he might be having some computer problems. Professor just got a brand new PC, so
That's
hey,
my
man.
daddy.
Yeah, we at C3, we're trying to upgrade shit, you know. So take this show to the next level. Hey,
I'm
before
used
we
to
go,
it.
yeah. Oh, I know. He's never gonna spend it on you. You better get over that now. So before we get into it, I want to give a big shout out to Elizabeth Lassiter, the newest member of the C3 Pants Super Fan Club. Elizabeth, you know we appreciate you. She says, "What's good? Keep pounding." If you would like to, hit that join button for $1.99. Get a bunch of badges and emojis. And we've already given out 2 prizes to some super fans. We gave away some hats. So, man, we're going to continue to do stuff like that. Hit that join button if you would like to be a part of the C3 Panther fandom. Boys, let's jump into it. We've got a lot to jump into, a lot to break down. There he is. Tony Dunn, what's up?
What's good, man?
That's good, bro.
man.
Wonderful.
Going on.
Happy to have you on the Friday free for all, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, man. I figure I'd pop in a little while before the wife gets home.
Heard that. All right, so let's we got a lot to jump into. We got some Cam Newton, Josh Allen stuff, but let's jump into this matchup because I think this is what's on the front of everyone's mind, and we've got some big news to start the day. Offensive tackle Jack Conklin, Chris Hubbard, and wide receiver Michael Woods are not only questionable for Sunday, but cornerback Greedy Williams is out of the game. So they're already starting to get injured, a little bit banged up. There was even some rumors that Myles Garrett might not play, but I don't think those were ever substantiated. I still think Myles is going to be playing this Sunday. So that's a interesting conversation to be had. But then on top of that, I want to talk about the center situation as well. Matt Rhule put out today that Pat Elflein will indeed be the starting center over Bradley Bozeman. Bradley Bozeman is ready after his ankle injury, but they're giving Pat Elflein the nod to be the starting center for the Carolina Panthers. So, boys, I'm going to pitch the question to y'all. What do you make of all this news? Greedy Williams is out. Pat Elflein's the center. How does this change the matchup? Go ahead, Drew.
I was gonna say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. It only takes a couple of plays for Matt Rhule to say, Brady, go in there for him. That's all you need.
Yep.
So
do we feel like that's inevitable?
Worried about it.
Is there anyone that thinks that maybe Pat Elflein could do the job at center?
No.
Like I know last season.
No.
I know last season we were feeling like maybe that was
Hell
his
no.
personal best position.
No.
Yeah, everybody's like, no, hell no. But like, I don't know. So what? Let me pitch it this way. Why did Matt Rhule make this decision? Is it because they're afraid that Bozeman isn't up to snuff? Is Matt Rhule just misevaluating talent once again on the offensive line? What do we make of this?
I believe that I believe it's where Bozeman was out injured and Elflein did start. And Matt Rhule still wants to keep up the appearances. If you go to the depth chart, they're both listed as starters. So there's still competition. So, that
They're like
competition word. So, but I think after a half a game, when Elflein screws up as he will, then Bozeman will be put in. Bozeman will put in, and he'll take the job from there.
Yeah, that's kind of what most people think.
I will say this.
Yeah, because he has
Eflin
practiced. Bozeman's practiced all week, by the way.
Yep, and I'm gonna go to Jay Stubbs, but real quick, I want to say thank you to CJ06 for the $1.99. Appreciate you, CJ. Go ahead, Jay Stubbs.
I just think I will say this about Eflin. He's a better center than he is a guard. That's a fact.
Yeah, but like, I mean, do we feel like this is just because Pat Elflin, since Bozeman has been injured, that maybe because he's gotten more reps recently, that this is just a continuity thing? Like this is just this is the guy that's been doing it the most recent. He has a little bit of starting experience with Baker Mayfield in that preseason game already. Is this just for the sake of continuity?
Oh yeah, I mean the best of ability is availability.
I think that's got to be factored in, guys. Right? Is that because it's kind of been a bizarre situation with the center from the very beginning, right? So we go and make a concerted effort to go get Bradley Bozeman in the off season, and then when we come into camp, who we thought Bradley Bozeman would be the kind of era point to be the starting center, they manufactured this competition, right? As part of that, like, hey, we're a team. Everybody's got to earn their, like, they did that for show. And then we were all like, man, well, Bradley Bozeman's running with the twos. And then some people had this cool idea that, like, he's running with the twos because Baker's with the twos, and that's really the starters. And they knew that was the starters, and they just weren't going to give it to him right away. And then there was this, like, weird moment where, like, people were starting to say Bozeman wasn't playing that well. And then Matt Rhule comes out and goes, if I was going to name a starting five today, Bradley Bozeman would be the starting center. And then the next play, basically, he gets hurt. So it feels like it has to be that continuity thing.
It could be he's 90% healthy and he can play, but they're like, you know what? Let's just kind of coast another week.
I think you're right, Jay Stubbs.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that. I think a lot of it comes down to continuity, and quite honestly, even if F-line isn't playing great, I wouldn't be surprised if he stays in there.
I mean, at the end of the day, guys, this is Matt Rhule. So, like the great Pat Coltrane, you say nepotism.
He could cost us that game. I don't think Rhule will hesitate to pull him just for the fact that his job's on the line. He can't afford to lose his game.
And I know it's preseason. I don't want to overreact, but I feel like we couldn't run the ball. That's just how I feel. I feel like
they got no push up the middle.
And Cody could be right. I mean, I wanted Icky to play left tackle. I hope he does great, but he gave up some sacks now, and Myles Garrett's not going to be no easy out. So I'm curious to see if we can really run the football like we want to, because I understand the pass blocking is going to be a problem, probably right early on in the season. But if we can't run the ball at all, and we basically brought all these run blockers in, right, and we still can't run the ball, then I'm going to be worried.
How much of it was preseason, do you think? Like, just, not really necessarily the plays that we're going to run during the season. The playbook is kind of tampered down. It's kind of vanilla. I still do think that we saw a good bit of Deontay Foreman, too, and he looked good in the limited amounts that he saw him. I don't know. This offensive line is going to be the biggest question mark going forward for a very long time, until they're able to actually come out here and prove something. Real quick, let me welcome the Stat Daddy to the show. You see that beautiful beard. Greg, what's up, brother?
What's going on, everybody? Had a few minutes, wanted to come in and say what's up. Got a little football last night, so I'm pretty happy. Yesterday's literally, like, the opening day of football season is literally the best day of the year for me. So no matter what happened yesterday, nothing was going wrong. I'm sorry I hadn't enjoyed anything else said so far, but no matter what was going on yesterday, nothing was going wrong for me. I'm just ready for football season, man. I'm ready for Sunday so bad. I have the whole weekend off, and I want my whole weekend to end quickly to get to Sunday, which is so bad. I want Sunday so bad I can't stand it.
I'm going to enjoy some Saturday football, too, though, because there's some good games on this weekend.
Yeah, man. Hey, football is back, baby. We got college football on Saturday, professional football on Sunday. Dude, it's that time of the year, boys. It's
and a good fight card tomorrow.
Dude, you
My
stole the
boss-
words
Yeah.
from my mouth. And there's a badass UFC pay-per-view tomorrow. Nate Diaz's last fight in the UFC ever. Dude, I'm stoked, man.
Against Tony Ferguson.
And Cobra Kai
Yeah.
came out today. How you like that?
Oh, it came out today.
And
my boss told me today, he said, I might need you to work Sunday, Picklesheimer. And I said, you might need to be getting disappointed. No, I won't be here. And he said, what if I make it mandatory? I said, let me rephrase that so you clearly understand. I won't be here,
hey,
regardless of what you likes or not likes.
Panther football
said-
is appointment
That's it.
viewing.
He said, yeah, I figured that. I was just messing with you. I said, you need to mess on over that way. But he's a Rams fan, and he knows I rub it in his face when they do.
Risk it all for the Panthers.
It's like I tell my boss all the time. My time off request is not me requesting time off. It's me telling you that I won't be in, so you better make other provisions.
Yeah.
Plane tickets have already been bought.
Yep.
I am not coming in. See ya.
If they say you got to work Saturday, I'm all right. Okay. They say you got to work Sunday. I said no, I don't work Sunday.
Like
I
Sunday,
don't work Sunday.
Lord's Day.
It's a religious holiday for me.
Yeah.
It's what do you
There you
mean
go.
religious? I said it's a football religion, brother.
Yeah.
America,
Well,
hell
that
yeah.
is for football. That's how it is. Everybody knows that. Hey, before we go forward, let me welcome this man to the show. You know him from the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. He is a frequent guest on the Friday Free For All. I jumped into his show yesterday. I came off the top rope too, man. You know, I had to let him know who the dominant team in the ACC is. Still my Clemson Tigers. But without further ado, give it up for my man Twan Don. Twan Don, what's good with you, bro?
Grand Rises, man. I'm here representing the Panthers, ready to go, man. Look, Cody, cut it out, man. This is Florida State's year. We dominated y'all for years, and now it's time to go back to what it was.
Tawan, my
Hey,
Don,
you
how you
funny,
doing,
man.
brother?
What's going on, guys, man? It's Nick, White Chocolate Espresso.
What's
I see
happening?
all like JD in the chat, man. It's been a little minute.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, who's Cody? Who's Clemson playing this week?
We playing
Southwest.
Southwest
playing-
Christian
Man,
State.
don't play like not every team throughout the first 3 weeks plays a bunch of bum ass nobody
Hey, they
football.
playing,
Y'all not
they playing
special.
Lily Pad State University.
Hey, you know what that sounds like, Cody? That sounds like the Panthers last year.
Yeah,
Well, we're like
Nobody.
first.
fighting Lily Pads.
Son and Lily Knickers.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to go back to the Greer Williams thing.
200 people in population.
The Browns are already down Greer Williams, and I'm wondering what kind of effect this has on what the Panthers are going to do. Now we're going to jump into these prize picks here in a minute and really kind of break down what some of what these injuries are looking like. But I just want to focus in on that. Does it make much of a difference to what the Panthers want to do now that they're out one of their better corners, or are we still just going to try and run the football down the throat?
I don't
I
even know
don't-
who that is. So
I really don't think it affects our game plan.
No.
I really don't. It could, I guess, but if I remember correctly, I'll look at the depth chart real quick. I believe he's only their like nickel or corner or something. He's not a starting corner.
Yeah.
So I still don't even know who our third receiver is. Is it Marshall starting or? No, I think
No,
Sean Smith is
it's.
free.
I believe it's Higgins, but you're going to see a flux of different.
Yeah, Baker's going. He loves Higgins, dude. So he's gonna make
Yeah.
sure Higgins is
Yeah.
better.
Well,
Dude,
I
Higgins-
wouldn't start Terrence Marshall. I'm sorry, Terrence Marshall ain't done nothing for me to deserve to be active.
I'm going to be honest here, guys. Higgins looked really good in the preseason.
Yeah.
Like in person. I'm okay
Sean
with it.
Smith did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them ain't getting a jersey, that's for sure.
Yeah,
What do
you
you-
got to get Shaw Smith in there.
What do y'all think about Chenault? I don't know anything about this guy, but from what I hear, he's basically like
I have
a,
no idea.
a Kelvin
Devo.
Benjamin that gets the ball.
Heard
No,
Devo
I would
saying-
not KB. He's faster than KB. I would
Well, I'm
say.
sure he's big, is what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Think of like how the Panthers use Curtis Samuel. like we kind of use him out of the backfield a lot, but we would take some shots downfield. Basically, like a different version of like a Debo Samuel. Now, I'm not saying that he's on the talent level.
You know who he
of a
reminds
Debo
me
Food
of?
line
Samuel,
brand
but-
Debo.
Yeah, like that's basically someone like how we're gonna look to use him.
A Cordell Patterson.
He reminds me.
Okay.
He reminds me of Kyle Juszczyk from the 49ers,
Okay.
who plays
Yeah.
fullback. He really does, because he's that big, and I mean, I think he's going to play running back, and they've got him in there to running back, to block, to catch, to receive.
So he's a Swiss Army knife, basically.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
so you may see him go out there and end up just being in there as an extra blocker. So which we may see if Icky has some issues on the line.
He has home.
Which
home
I
run
expect
threat.
him to have some issues at some point.
Just another
I
home
hope he
run threat.
takes some carries away from Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah,
No, I like
Yeah.
that.
I'm
I
not
would
worried
Chuba's
about
gonna have
Chuba
to
running.
earn
I'm
his
worried about
carries.
catching.
I would be all right if Chuba was inactive.
Dude,
I
I
think
don't
Chuba's
even
gonna have to earn
mind.
his carries.
I don't even mind Chuba. Just don't pass him the football.
Like at
Like,
all.
if,
Makes
it-
our
yeah, if
offense
you
more
want to,
dimensional.
yeah, but like, if you want to hand the ball off to dude on some third down, second down, whatever, man. But I don't trust him catching the football. I think he has stone hands. I think Deontay Foreman even showed better hands than him in his brief catches in the preseason.
He caught a bad pass for that touchdown.
But
That
Cody-
was
That
pretty,
was a
Yeah.
bad pass, and he caught it.
that
Yeah.
was really pretty
Exactly.
though.
Cody, if you put Chuba in there, you make us one-dimensional. Makes it easier for the Cleveland Browns defense. Oh, they're gonna
Yeah.
run the ball because Chuba's
Right.
in the game.
Now
Yeah,
if you have
kinda
him
get
and
there.
McCaffrey in the background, like both
Yeah.
of them.
I mean,
And I
I think
think
it's- I
kind
think
of that's what's fun about this. But Christian McCaffrey, Deontay Foreman, and Laviska Shenault, like we have the ability to be a three-headed monster. You know, we can do a lot of these types of things. We've even
Would you
used
be,
DJ Moore coming out of the backfield too. So
Would you be opposed to having Foreman play some fullback too?
I think fullback's an outdated position in the NFL. To be truly
I
honest
mean,
with you,
we do have like a fullback every once in a
I
while.
thought Ricci's little hybrid roles. You know, someone could play that well because he got some good
Yeah.
touches.
I just
And
mean I don't
Nice
think we have
reach.
I don't think we have traditional fullbacks anymore. Like when I think traditional fullback, I think like Mike Allstott,
That's
Mike
what I
Tolbert,
was.
you know, stuff like
Okay.
that. Like a player who's designated to be in that position for that role, and they can do other things, but that's mainly what they do. I don't think many teams at all really utilize that position anymore. To be honest with you, it's kind of a
Yeah.
lost position.
It's one of my favorites.
It's
Well,
a
that's
good
why
one.
the sack ratio was up too. I mean, the fullback position got glossed over, but it really should be. It's really a good position when teams know how to utilize it correctly.
Right.
I mean, it's like when Tolbert played with us. You know, whenever he didn't go out, I mean, Tolbert kept a lot of guys off Cam's ass, man. You know, when you got the right type of
And
fullback,
Hoover,
Mhm.
Brad Hoover.
it's just a backfield lineman. So
49ers use
you
them.
got to
pretty
know how
good.
to utilize them, though.
And that's a good
49ers
point.
use
Some
them
of the
pretty
better teams in the NFL know how to utilize a
You know how to
fullback.
utilize the fullback,
Yeah,
bro.
the 49ers are one of them.
Yep.
White Chocolate said the Pittsburgh Steelers use them a lot.
Especially
Yeah, there's a,
one who can like pick up blitzes and know where, you know.
Because
Yeah,
the thing with the fullback is his ultimate job is to be back there to lead
Lead
the
block.
tailback. But when he's not doing that, he's back there protecting the quarterback. And when the quarterback may be or is close to getting sacked, that's when that fullback has been taught to pull out into the flat, and that's his drop down.
I mean, we definitely try to utilize it. We just don't run the ball well because our O-line's trash.
Well, we didn't use Armar correctly either, so you
Right.
know.
We didn't use a lot of people correctly last year.
Yeah, I really think that we're going to run good, and I think they purposely didn't show nowhere near what they have planned to do in preseason for that reason.
And
I just don't want us to be an open book, man. Look, stop running the ball on first down.
Do play action.
Just everybody knows what's coming, and you got Christian McCaffrey in the back. Stop. We are anemic to running the ball on first down. Stop doing that.
Can I ask y'all?
Dude,
Would y'all every year the first game of the season, the first offensive play? Don't you want them so badly just to go deep?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't that
At
seem
least
unexpected?
try it. Just
It
send
seems
them up.
unexpected, right? Like the first play, you're gonna have to play your DBs on their heels. Like, throw it deep the first play of the game.
That's
Think
what,
of the crowd.
That's what Baker wants to do for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying
That
think of the crowd
always
and
sends
him
a
doing it
message.
deep.
Let's remember, for the first time in Matt Rhule's era, the quarterback will have the ability to change the plays at the line of scrimmage.
Ooh.
No,
That's a good point.
Unlike for the last 2-3 years since Matt Rhule's been here, quarterbacks never been allowed to do that.
Well,
do you
Baker
think that
Mayfield wasn't gonna listen to fucking Matt Rhule. I guarantee you that shit.
That's
Ain't
what I
no
was
way in
gonna
hell.
ask. Yep.
Baker's like, ain't no way in hell you not allow me to audible.
That's what I was going to ask. If it has to do with the
Sounds like
quarterback
Matt Rhule
on
had
center,
fucking
or do you
choice.
think it's Matt Rhule learning?
I think Matt Rhule's I think Matt Rhule's learned to listen to his coordinators, but
Okay.
at the same time, we've also got coordinators and position coaches now that we could actually say, hey, they know what they're doing.
Well, they just trust the quarterback more than they did Teddy or Sam.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so,
they're calling for
Go
they're
ahead.
calling for like it's gonna be raining, but it's gonna be on and off. So like there's gonna be plenty of time for play action and going over the middle and deep shots. So
I
100%
like
play
those
action.
I like that kind of weather. I want good sloppy, nasty, muddy.
I
I
don't
want
like
to see
that shit.
uniforms covered in mud and dirt. And
How would that affect the?
That's not
the
clean
fake
football,
turf?
man.
It's
Like
good
the
for
rain.
football, but it's bad for fans because
Well, what
if
were
you
you
It's bad
asking?
for
How
football
does it
too,
affect
man.
what?
How does it affect the turf? Like the fake turf, as opposed to
Oh,
the
yeah.
I don't know.
I forget
Honestly.
about
Oh
that.
no, it
I
soaks
forget
that shit
about
in. That see the type of turf we have, we got like that black rubbery shit underneath it, and when it gets wet, it just
Little
absorbs
pellets.
like dry fit shit with Nike.
So is it better or worse?
Nah, it's better. It'll soak that shit in. You know what I'm saying? And then if the sun breaks out, it'll soak up even quicker.
Yeah, in North Carolina, you never know what's going to happen.
playing
So.
the game tomorrow, right? So they're playing a soccer game tomorrow.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you:
So-
we have the same. I think both teams coming into this game have the same mindset, right? Make the quarterback beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we're both fighting for the same thing. So
No,
we're going
I
to see both teams.
think the Browns are saying stop C-Mac. What they're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Make the quarterback
Yeah.
beat you. Stop C-Mac and make the quarterback beat you.
Yeah.
Just like we're saying, stop the running backs and make
Back the box.
Jacoby Brissett beat us. You know, I think we both have the same mindset going into the game. I think either team can win on the backs of their running backs if it's carried correctly, but they can lose easily on the backs of the quarterback. Even though I think Browns fans think that, but I am all in on Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield can win this game for us. I'm sorry, I'm
Hey,
all
tell
in
me,
on him.
hey, y'all tell me if this is too optimistic. Could this game have the makings of a blowout if all the defensive backs make
It depends on our
Jacoby
defensive backs.
Brissett look like the backup that he actually is?
I sure hope so.
I think we could see a 31-10 game, just like we saw last night.
I would
that
love
type
that.
of blowout.
I would
Especially
We would have to
if
do a
we
lot
can
of
get kind of
blitzing.
punt return or a kick return. You know what I'm saying? It could be who knows.
Yeah. And like knowing that they're going to have to be dependent upon running the football a lot of the time, I would think that would give our corners the position to just man them up. I mean, press them.
Besides Cooper, who else they got?
But is Phil Snow
That's
gonna
what I'm
be
saying.
reserved like he always is?
I
He's
agree,
gonna have
Paul.
to start
I agree.
running a ton of blitzes at them. He can't be
Well,
afraid to
that's true.
blitz a second backup quarterback. That's the guy you blitz.
But I think it depends
He could
on
do right, bro.
I think it depends on if we're going to be able to get home rushing 4. You know, if we're able to just win Brian Burns, Derek Brown, Ioannidis, and YGM, if that's enough, then
I'm gonna be honest. It's not. The problem's not getting home. It's fucking making the tackle. I feel like we always get to the quarterback. It's just nobody can ever complete the play to the ground.
Yeah.
I said this yesterday. I said this yesterday, and I got in some trouble, man. But I don't care. I'm saying it again. If
Man,
Christian
don't start
McCaffrey,
this shit again, Twine. You're
if
gonna have the
Christian
whole room
McCaffrey
after you,
touches
bro.
that ball, if Christian McCaffrey touches the ball 50% of the time, we're gonna lose. Man. He cannot touch the ball. We got too much talent on this team, man. And all defenses think that all we're gonna do is go to him.
No, I didn't say that.
Y'all-
I never said
y'all
that.
understand that.
Build your
Baker-
football team around a running back, man.
Baker is gonna love Robbie. Baker loves taking the deep shot, man. It's
If
gonna
Christian
happen.
takes 50% of the touches, we're gonna lose.
I don't think that's going to happen, and I'll tell you why. I don't think it's going to happen because we have a more intelligent offensive coordinator now than we had with Joe Brady.
He
And
do be
I'll
a crutch
say
though
that.
for coordinators though. Like get see back the ball on 3rd and 3.
Yeah,
on 3rd and
I
2.
mean,
It's like he ain't the only
he's
one
a
on the
weapon.
team, man.
Look, I don't think that giving it to him 50% of the time is a guaranteed loss, but
That's a loss.
I do believe that he needs to have the ball more than anybody else. He is
I don't know
by
if it's gonna be a
far,
loss, but he gonna be
by
I
far
don't
the
agree with
best
that
weapon on
either.
the team. He needs to be what our offense is predicated around
Mhm.
is CMC.
Mhm.
But you're right. If they overuse him, it may be a bad thing. But if
But-
they
Mhm.
overuse him and he's still gaining yards and still breaking tackles, then it doesn't matter anyway.
He
You
gonna
can use
be
it
hurt.
50% of the time. If they know it's coming, they can't stop it. It doesn't matter.
But
What,
let's
what's the most wins? Go ahead, Trickle.
let's also remember you're Baker Mayfield. You're not Sam Darnold. You're not Teddy
Exactly.
Bridgewater. If you snap that ball and you have time, you're going to go and you have to throw that ball. You're not going to throw it 10 yards to Christian McCaffrey. You're going to throw it 30 yards to
Remember
Robbie
his shirt?
Anderson, who's just
Well,
busted coverage.
Look
Well,
at
they
his
say
Hey, real
that-
quick, hey, let me just wait. Thanks to Just Don't Care for the $5. Appreciate you, Just. Go ahead, man.
Didn't they,
Look at
didn't
his
they
shirt,
say
though.
that DJ Moore and Baker had like a crazy connection all off season?
Exactly.
So,
And Baker already loves we just mentioned his name earlier, Higgins. So I mean, I think we have more weapons. We have a quarterback who loves to throw it downfield and who wants to win this game extremely bad.
you're gonna see hella
He
slant.
ain't always going to listen. And let's be honest, what's Matt Rhule going to do? Bench Baker
Nothing.
Mayfield because he won't listen? He's not going to
Nothing.
do that.
We ain't got
What
no
was
backup
the-
quarterback
what was
he
the
can go
t-shirt
to
called?
anyway.
No. So they're just going to let him. They're going to let Baker do what Baker wants to do, and
No.
as long as we win, ain't nobody going to utter the difference. You
We
won't
ain't
hear
got no
Matt
backup
Rhule
quarterback
complain.
anyway.
So
Hey, what was the
you know.
T-shirt? The Baker Mayfield T-shirt
Off
say?
the leash.
Off the
Off
leash.
the leash, I almost bought one.
So look, that's
It'd be
actually
like $25.
that's actually a good little segue.
Segway.
Oh yeah, it's actually
The Baker
Great.
Bake.
a great segue because we need to talk about the newest sponsor for the C3 podcast. And this is going to be how we continue to break down these games every week on both the Tuesday show and the Friday show. And that's PrizePicks.com. This is, man, I tell you, me and Greg, we've been talking in our chat. Man, this website is awesome. I've been loving it. Like the amount of money that you can win, and just how fun it is and how it helps you to like kind of break down the game. This is going to be a big part of what we do from now on, how we break it down, and you also have the opportunity to make some cash. So real quick, all first-time users that deposit and use our promo code C3 will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $20. So if you deposit 100, PrizePicks gives you $100. If you deposit 50, PrizePicks gives you $50, man. Download PrizePicks today and play daily fantasy sports with us. Make sure you use the promo code C3 when you sign up.
And do it this week too, because this week you have that free entry with that Brady or Tom Brady, which is basically if Tom Brady passes for more than 1 yard, you win. So if you can pick one more on top of Tom Brady, you're in the money. Look, I sent it out there last week, man. Von Miller getting 3 tackles. I was like, there's no way he doesn't get at least 3 tackles and assists. That one won. So if you listen to me and you listen and put the Tom Brady thing in there, you win some money this week. I'm telling you.
I also picked Aaron Donald to get 3.5. He got 2.
He got 2. Yeah, he had a bad game. You know,
I thought that was
I played 2 different ones with Matt Gay, where I thought he would get at least 2 field goals. I thought that was a guarantee. And yeah, the Rams really let me down last night.
So
but
by the way,
I still have a few in there.
So you can pick up to 5, but you can only pick 2. And like Greg was like, you can choose to just pick 2. And like Greg was saying, we have Tom Brady up here right now. If he throws for more than half of a yard, you win that. That's one of the ones that you win, man. PrizePicks is incredible. But they have some interesting stats on here that I want to break down with y'all, especially considering that we're going to have some rain in the game this week. Before we do, I want to welcome man Dave from Panther Nation Podcast. Dave, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? What's up, man? I'm here.
What up?
Just visiting.
I hear you, man. Happy to have you, man. Happy to have you. You excited about Panthers, Browns? We got NFL football, bro. Praise the Lord.
You ain't kidding. I've been in my little college, my FCS college bag as of late, particularly HBCU football. So that's been occupying a lot of my time while the off season was rolling along. So
yeah, man. Happy to, man. Yeah, they had the HBCU game at Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah, A&T lost. I'm better now, but on Saturday I was not okay. I flew down for that game.
That one hurt, huh?
Hold on a second.
Well, I like to go ahead and point out that I am an alumni of the great North Carolina Central University that did win that game.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Oh, Lord have mercy. You got one of them, huh?
Those puppies know. They know who dominates what we do over here, man. So it's always fun to do that every year, but it is what it is.
Man, I can't do nothing about your mistakes in life, man. I can't. But y'all did win on Saturday. Your boys look good. All jokes aside,
you dominate the boys
look good.
Davis, all right. Twan supports two teams that
well,
get regularly beaten regularly. So
I went to both schools.
But hey, look, let's jump into this, man, because we have a bunch of interesting stats on a lot of players for the Panthers. I want to start with some of these Baker Mayfield ones, and we'll just kind of go through. And I'm gonna make some bets. I'm thinking about making, or not bets, entries. I'm gonna make like 4 of them, and I'm gonna see how much we can get going here, man. So they have Baker Mayfield at projected pass and rushing yards at 230.5. Do y'all think that's too much for Baker, or what? Like,
too much. I think he can hit it, but it's a really risky bet.
No, he can air that out. We got the receivers to air that out. That's a safe bet. We got the receivers so he can air that out.
But the receivers got to catch the ball. It don't matter if he passes and they don't catch it. Then it don't count. This is not air yards. This is total yards.
One of the DBs is out.
Yeah, but let's also remember. Let's also remember though, what Baker throws is going to take away from the running.
Yeah, right. I don't think they're going to throw that much.
So, yeah, he'll get 230, man.
And so, by the way, just so y'all see what I'm saying, like, let's say I place the entry with just these two. If both of these pay off, I turn my $20 into $60. Like, hey, man, I'm saying it's easy money if you feel like you got some good entries to go on, man.
Like, the more you pick, does the higher it go up?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So for example,
if
right?
you pick 5. So you can get up to $500 if you pick 5.
So let me look up one of the. All right, Christian McCaffrey.
And while you pick
now,
that,
how about this, right? I feel like no matter what the rain is, no matter what the scenario, I'm trusting Christian McCaffrey to get more than 65.5 yards.
Oh, yeah,
rushing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if I hit on all 3 of those, I spent 20. I make 100 if I hit all 3.
Especially it rains.
Now, look, when you play 3 like that, you can get 100. But if you go to the 4th and 5th one, it gives you the option of getting 3 or 4 right. So say you pick 4 and you do the option to have 3 right, you can still get 3 right and win. You won't win the total prize, but you'll win the big prize. Yeah.
Let's say you're not feeling all the way confident. We got 4 right here. You can do flex play, and it takes away some of the multipliers. So even if you hit all 4, it's 5 times what you put in, rather than if you were to just go with the power play, which is 10 times.
Right.
I don't think I hit that. Shit.
So okay. My question
is how much is it? How much do you get if you hit all 5?
If you hit all 5, it's 10 times whatever you put in.
Okay.
So if you put in $50, it's $500. If you put in $100, it's $1,000.
I put in $100. Damn it.
Okay, so it's $1,000 if you hit all 5.
Yeah. You guys know that my podcast is sponsored by probably the competition. So.
I mean, listen, we're mainly just using this as a breakdown, and as a sponsorship. Everybody support everybody. How about that? But so listen.
Like. I will say
my thing is this: like, what would be out of all the Christian McCaffrey stats up here? Like, what are some of the ones that you would qualify to be a safe bet? So I think
I think
So
five
y'all
receptions
think
is the
more than
best.
5 receptions?
I think that's the best.
I think rushing yards. I think he'll get over. So I think that's the safest bet.
What's the 0.5 down there with Christian McCaffrey? You got the
touchdowns.
The 0.5. That's the receptions.
Well, he's got five for receptions. What's the 0.5?
Take the comment off.
Touchdowns.
Take the comment off.
I would say honestly that means if he scores one touchdown, you're in the money. Christian McCaffrey, when he's on the field and healthy, scores 66% of our touchdowns.
I take the catches and the touchdowns for sure.
Yeah, I think the touchdowns is
Actually, for me, the one that I would take is the 117.5 combined.
Total
That's
yards.
the one I would take. Yup. That's the one.
Oh, I didn't
Because-
see that one.
That's the one I would take.
Yeah,
Look,
I didn't see that. You're right there, Dave.
Here's
What
the
they got
thing:
Robbie
is
I'll take 5 catches and a touchdown.
look,
they got Robbie at 30.5 receiving yards.
no.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you guys some advice because I like I said, my competitor, their competitors who sponsors my show. One word of advice I will always give folks when it comes to doing these pick'ems or these more or lesses or higher or lowers, whatever you want to call them, is that you want to try to avoid whole numbers because you don't want to get pushes because pushes impacts your money.
Right.
So you want to go for the jugular, So for example, something like the 65.5 rushing yard, that's something I'm willing to do. The 45.5 receiving, but anything that's like a whole, I try to stay away from unless it's fantasy points. Fantasy points I'm kind of cool with.
You're right.
But when it comes to like catches, yards, things of that sort, I try to stay away from the whole numbers.
Yeah, because if you hit that whole number and you bet over, then you don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, but because even last night I had a push, so you don't get as much.
Well, it sucks you can't bet the push. Like it says Christian McCaffrey right there at 5 yards. It gives you the over under. Why can't I just say, okay, I want 5?
No,
you should be able to just say I want 5.
You're not betting for the push, bro.
I would never.
No, I'm not betting for a push, but if you bet on him getting 5 and he gets it, then that's not a push. Then you bet on him getting 5.
You don't lose on a push on PrizePicks, do you? You just or is it a push?
But you might lose on parlay.
I'm not sure if you lose or not. This is my first weekend, so I'm not sure if you lose or not. Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I use Underdog, and Underdog pushes. They just take it off they skim it off. It's like the bet didn't happen, so it doesn't make you lose.
So you
I'm
wouldn't
assuming that
other
the
bets
same way. Huh?
So if you won on 4, but you pushed on the 5th one, you still get the 4.
And Palmon, that is the promo code.
You get it. You get it as if it's 3. You get it as
promo
if it's 3.
code C3 on PrizePicks.
Right. The push is gonna win.
So I took off the Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna make 4 picks, and I need y'all to help me basically decide which ones I'm picking.
Does it have to be in the Panthers game?
Can you?
And does it have to be Panthers? Can we look at the Cleveland players?
Can you do 3 of the same player? Can you do 3 of the same player on one bet? On one slip?
You can do.
That's pretty dope.
Cody, why don't you type in Cleveland in the search bar and let's look at the Cleveland stats too, because this is the same game. We can bet on a Cleveland player too.
Yeah.
I think that I think that we've gotten 3 of the good ones from the Carolina side, but there's probably at least one more good one on the Cleveland side.
Myles Garrett, like mini sacks or something.
Like Jacoby Brissett. Let's see what we got here.
He going under.
Oh, there ain't no way. They ain't gonna get no. Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett at 190.5 passing yards.
8.5 rushing yards. Yeah, dude, that's money right there. 8.5 rushing yards. I don't think he's going to average 8.5. Well, is that average or is that
no? For the game.
That's his total.
Oh, ooh, dude, I'd bet the over on that.
We didn't think
but see, one scramble
Yep.
can mess that whole up for you, though.
Exactly.
Well, one scramble can win it for you, though. If he has a 25-yard scramble, you're in the money. You know? Look, dude, I picked Matt Gay last night to make 2 field goals. He was probably the second or third best kicker in the NFL. He made 1 last night.
Baker can
there's
have
no safe bet. Like, there's no guaranteed bet. Minus Tom Brady passing for 1 yard. You know?
I have one for Aaron Donald. He just
wild if he doesn't.
He got 2. Got 2 tackles for me.
Nick Chubb, they got 72 rushing yards.
I think that's Carolina, man.
See, a lot of these are tough, man. I think this week I'll probably just stick to Panthers unless y'all see
Don't see
one
Nick
that
Chubb
y'all
with a
convince
touchdown.
me to take.
Nick Chubb and the touchdowns, man. I think Nick Chubb and the touchdowns with one,
Is
and
the
Christian
easiest
McCaffrey
one.
the touchdowns with one are both safe bets. But once again, there's no guarantee in anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I know. That's
Is there a Myles
that's the
Garrett
fun
one?
part about it. Say what?
Is there a Myles Garrett one?
No,
if you
as of
type in-
right now.
If you type
No,
in
there's
Garrett,
no-
it'll bring up a different stat.
Oh, really?
If he has one, yeah, because a lot of times it won't bring up all the players from that team. Because I was doing it the other day where I was just typing in certain players.
Yeah.
When I
Do you
typed in
have
their
to
team, it
pick
wouldn't bring it
something
up.
from
When I
this
typed in
game?
their name, it would bring it up. So
Do you have to pick somebody from this game?
No.
no,
No,
You
you
can
can look at any team.
Dude, Eagles, Detroit, Philadelphia, and Detroit.
Well, we're gonna keep it to the Panthers and the Browns just because, like, I feel like it's a good way to break down this matchup, and it kind of, it like puts a little bit of like a more. You have to look at this game with under a magnifying glass, pretty much.
There's Daniel Jones for 225 yards against Tennessee. I'm picking under.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and see,
that's
like,
a
that's
safe
what.
bet.
And by the way, like,
Safe
this is just what I'm doing. But hey, use promo code C3. Go make y'all some money, man. That's
They wouldn't
for
let me
Easy
in, man.
money,
I'm
y'all.
disappointed. They wouldn't let me in. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, wouldn't let me in either.
Oh,
because the state y'all in.
It can't be a
Must
state
be.
because I could
let me
do
in.
underdog. I could do
I'm in South
underdog here.
Carolina.
So. And I sent
That's
the message
weird.
saying, "Hey, they won't work," and they were like, "Well, we declined you." And I said, "Suit yourself. I could go to y'all competitors."
that's really weird. Yeah.
I'll look into that though, Dave. I will.
Please
Yeah,
do.
If anybody else has a similar issue to like that of Dave, just let me know.
Yep. Well, you can look for me too because it won't let me in either.
Okay.
Really?
So what is it telling y'all?
Drew, are you in Charlotte?
No, I'm in Maine.
Oh shit.
I'm in South Carolina. It's like one of the strictest for this shit.
What's up, Donna B? Happy to see you in here.
Yeah, it won't even let me hit continue.
I'll look into it. We've got a dude. We've got a guy.
Hey.
Won't let you continue it all. All right.
Cody, can I bring up real quick what Don LB just brought up in the chat that we have 132 viewers and 51 thumbs up. Cody,
Subscribers say.
you want to hit him with it?
Snap. You see, I don't have the voice that makes the noise, but I do have this clever little.
Subscriber
Subscriber Shane. People, help us kick the ass of the YouTube algorithm. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell every single
It's
time.
free, y'all. Seriously.
Podcast goes live and on YouTube. Hey man, we'll be here all season, man.
Type in Brian Burns.
Oh yeah, let's check out these some of these defensive players.
Yeah, because Brian Burns may have like an over/under of 2 tackles, and that'd be great.
Or if it's like,
I doubt he'll get that. That'll be somebody for Shaq.
Von Miller had 3. So if Von Miller had 3, I was like, wow, okay.
But Von Miller played the edge too. Like they probably treat him more as an end than.
No, they don't have any Brian Burns. They don't have any.
Okay.
I don't think they have any
Dollar
Panthers
was
defensive players
3.5
right now.
Yeah, if you go to assist tackles, that's a good one to pick right there because you can pick a stud linebacker. He's going to get more than whatever they're predicting his tackles are going to be.
Jacoby Brissett playing, and all of a sudden we can't play any defensive stats. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah. They know what they're doing. Yeah. So, okay, Cody.
Yeah.
When we're done with the prize picks, let me know because there's a question I want to ask you and everybody else here on the panel.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and get to 4.
Okay.
So right now I've got Christian McCaffrey, 65.5. I got more. This is fantasy score. I'm not gonna do this one. I don't know how this one.
Real quick, Cody.
Yep.
I just logged into PrizePicks just to try it, and I got all the way to where I have to deposit money, but it says unfortunately you're in a state where PrizePicks does not operate. We're always adding new states, so check back soon.
Okay.
I've been in South Carolina though. Like,
so
how am I getting it?
Well, I live in Tennessee, so Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee is
maybe
legal gambling, sports betting.
No, but it all depends on how they handle fantasy sports. So, like,
Right.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
laws are different in every
Because
state.
this is not betting.
Because, like,
technically.
Rhode Island's one of the first states to allow sports betting, but so they pretty much allow everything, but it all depends on the state that you live in.
Mhm.
That's all weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, I can play DraftKings, but I can't like do sportsbook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, and by the way, it's so behind the times.
because DraftKings and PrizePicks and Underdog Fantasy and all these other companies, they're a game of skill. It's not a gamble. It's a game of skill.
Good point.
So that's why. Just like fantasy football, it's a game of skill.
That's a good loophole.
no
I like that.
Welcome to America,
I like that.
the land of the loopholes.
That's right. I like that.
Exactly.
Because guess what?
Land of the lawyers.
Betting on a team in Vegas to win or lose is a game of skill as well. So
Not really.
it's a really
Not
good
really.
loophole.
Not really, because I've seen folks who don't know anything about football walk away with tens of thousands of dollars in Vegas.
I said that about
More of a
yeah,
game of
yeah,
lose than a game of skill.
But I guarantee you there's people who don't know anything about football that can put $100 in prize picks and pick 3 or 4 picks and win a ton of money too. Like it's always.
I mean, I did it with another one for baseball. I was like, I'm not a big baseball guy, but let me pick this one, that one, and this one, and I won.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so how many pick a Baker Mayfield stat?
I would go above 1 interception.
Okay, so I was about to say that. So
Or above
okay,
0.5.
an interception is like, I feel like it's plausible.
If he
but
throws,
dude,
I wouldn't touch. Real talk. If I was
I
you,
wouldn't pick
would not
there's a
touch Baker
part of my
Mayfield at all.
fandom. There's a
I
part
wouldn't
of my
touch-
fandom that does not want to root for Baker to throw an interception. You know what I mean?
agree.
Like I want to win. so
Yo,
it's
bro.
like,
but
I would
historically,
not-
it shows he will throw a pick.
I would not touch Baker Mayfield on this. I would not touch him. Would not touch him.
why?
Because you don't know what they're trying to do. He could be in revenge game mode and go ham sandwich and might not even throw a pick. He could throw over 230 yards. He might actually get to throw the ball 31 times. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole.
What about even something like pass completions?
No,
So
he
if
had
he's a
one for like
60
rushing
It's
yards.
raining, man. I don't know how much they're gonna pass.
If you
know?
think it's, I mean,
I do
we're talking about
the
completions
combo
though,
up
not
there.
attempts. We're talking
Right.
completions, not attempts. So
Yeah,
let's
I
say
want
he's a
20
60%.
completions.
If he's a 60% passer, so if he had 20 completions, that
means
would
he would
mean
have to throw 30. He would have to throw 30 passes.
less than 30. No, less than
Or a
30.
little.
More
Cody,
than 30.
there's
More than 30.
Well,
There's a
The-
rushing
the-
one, isn't there?
yeah, a little bit
yeah,
less than 30, like 27.
what?
33.
A rushing
33.
For
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
25
for
yards.
what, for Baker?
Yeah, there's like a rushing yards one for like
Yeah, for
8.5
Baker
yards.
there is 8. Yeah, same as Jacoby, 8.5.
I can take that.
Yeah, I'll take that
Yeah,
over.
Yo,
He
real
did that
talk.
I myself would do the 230. You get combo pass and rush yards.
The
I
two.
can
The 230 right there.
Pocket and pick it up.
But that's combo pass and rushing.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now what I did whenever I made all my bets or made all my picks. Excuse me, was I went through when they had this like Baker's at 230 average. I looked at all his stats from last year and how many times did he average 230 yards a game. It wasn't, but like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
That's
he
what
was
I'm
injured,
saying.
but he
Like,
was
I'm
injured too.
just
it
saying
feels high.
he's an average 200-yard passer, 2 touchdown, 1 interception guy. That's his kind of MO, you know. So they put
More
these
reasons
stats
why.
right there on the lines where it's a guessing game either way.
And
They
it's
know what they're
supposed to
doing.
rain.
And it's supposed to
Yeah,
rain.
and
exactly.
that's another thing. So that's why I'm thinking
So I'm saying
pass
rushing stats, B.
I'm thinking pass completions, like they're gonna be running the football. I don't really see them wanting to air out the football. Like they might take a few shots. How many yards did Josh Allen throw for last night?
310, I think.
Dang, that dude's a beast.
You want to hear a funny
Yeah,
one?
but
pretty
he
good,
would have had
yeah.
like 500 of his
Let
team.
me tell you a funny one, man. So yesterday I put in a prediction for underdog for over under 2 yards rushing from Matt
97.
Stafford. And you know how many yards he got me rushing?
0.
2.
Yeah.
Wow.
2. That was my push.
That's like I said, man. There are some that look like guarantees. I would think
Well,
Matt
no,
Gay
no,
on
but the
that
thing
high-powered
is-
offense.
The thing
would've-
is, he never he had the last 3 games. One game he ran for none, and every other game after that he ran for more than 2 yards. So I felt like, all right, he'll get at least 3.
Yeah. That's like I said.
And
There's some that feel like a
it goes
guarantee.
back to my discussion about trying not to do whole points because then you'll get a push. But I felt like for that one, I was like, all right, I'll do this one because I think he can run for 3, and the dude ran for 2. And then I would have. Oh. So I was literally 1 yard and 1 catch away from taking home $750 last night.
Imagine losing the bet.
Oh God!
So if I were to do this, and I did Baker with 19.5 pass completions, would y'all say more or less? If y'all had this your gut instinct right now, would you say?
I'm with Dave. I'm not betting on Baker at all.
I'm kind of leaning that way too. I think that not betting on Baker is a good idea till you see what happens.
There's a fantasy score one. What's his fantasy score?
All right, how about get to 4 then? I need to pick 2 more, and I want to feel good about them.
What about DJ?
I don't think there's 2 more to feel really good about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, hold on. And no, that's a good point, Jay. So we got more players. They got DJ Moore at 61.5 receiving yards.
5 receptions. Give him that
5 receptions. That's
I take that one. I think he's going to have
take that one today, tomorrow, and next week.
Yep.
I think Robbie's going to get most of the receptions in this game. I think Robbie's going to get the most. But.
He'll get more than 5.
How about Eddie Pinheiro, a 7 fantasy score? That's fun.
What is that? Is that 10 for Robbie? What is that?
Fantasy score?
Fantasy.
That means he's got to pretty much kick an extra point and 2 field goals. I mean, I might depending on how many points you think the Panthers going to get. If you think the score is going to be 24-21, I mean,
it also depends on the fantasy league you're playing in. Like what fantasy
rules
are they going by?
they typically put the standard scoring for whatever it is.
So it's like
PPR. So you can look at the score sheet of what they consider the points totals are going to be for fantasy scores.
I take McCaffrey touchdown, DJ catches.
Yep, I take those 2. Those would be the only 2 that I'd be.
So all right, y'all help me. This 0.5 that is pass, rush, and receiving touchdowns.
That means if he passes for a
touchdown,
if he passes for a touchdown,
any touchdown,
you're good as long as he ain't returning it. But if he passes for it, runs for it, or catches one, you win. If you do more.
Oh, bro, that seems like money right there.
If he's healthy, he's good for a touchdown at least, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what y'all think about that, right? So
take
Tom Brady.
You know the other one that's interesting for me? Scroll down. You know the other one that's interesting for me with Christian McCaffrey? Scroll down. No, scroll down. Scroll down on the list.
Your picks.
The list. The picks. Down. Up. I mean up. Sorry. The other one. I want to see the number of carries.
What is Christian McCaffrey's other stuff? There you go.
Yeah, other stuff. Yeah. Go a little bit more. A little bit more. That one right there.
14.5 rush attempts.
I'll do the over and that in a heartbeat. If he plays
that's a fact.
He'll get more than 14. I mean, he will liable to get 14 in the first half.
That's true.
In the rain, that's the
Yeah, because they're going to wear them running backs out in the rain.
Yeah, it's week 1. They're going to at least try to rob C-Mac for week 1.
Yeah, but I feel like I got a better chance for certain that he's either going to get a passing touchdown or rushing touchdown or receiving touchdown. Like that 0.5. Like that's.
Do you think he'll have more?
I disagree.
I disagree. More rushing attempts, or DJ Moore will have more
than
5 passes.
Cody, I've seen Christian McCaffrey touch the ball 25 times and not score.
When?
Yeah, but dude, they're gonna get. Dude, I am so positive they are gonna get McCaffrey into the end zone, bro.
I gotta know when he touches 25 times.
He catches it or runs it in.
Like you got to give me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like
it's not just rushing; it's any touchdown, right?
It's rushing, receiving, or passing. Yes.
Yeah, he'll get one.
Here's my thing about touchdowns.
I'm not saying you're wrong because I'm not looking it up. Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong because I'm looking it up.
I'm trying to beat Tony, bro. Go ahead.
I've never seen Christian McCaffrey touch the ball 25 times and not score a touchdown.
I'm gonna find one.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right. I mean, like I said, I very well may, but I don't recall him ever touching the ball that many times and not scoring. I think that every game he's been healthy in, he's scored a touchdown in.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up right now. But here's the thing you got to realize: touchdowns are the most random thing in football.
Yeah, it is.
Rushing or receiving, random as hell.
What's his career game average? Like at least one pure touchdown a game.
All right, I'm about to give you some stats. So
go for a CMC, probably something like that.
I got one right here against the Jets. Ironically enough, against the Jets, 21 carries, 98 yards, 9 receptions for 89 yards, no touchdowns. He touched the ball 30 times in that game.
Okay, so I just want to say though, you pulled one example out of his 75 games he's played.
No, but you asked me for one. I only looked at 2021. I can look.
Okay.
I can look further. But
I don't think that stats are going to tell you anything anyway.
But my point, the point I'm trying to make to you guys,
go with the intuition on this.
No, but my point I'm trying to make to you guys is, you know he's going to touch. You know he's going to get 15 carries in this game. You know,
I agree with that.
No question.
Right.
You know he's going to get 15 carries. If he's playing the full game,
that's true.
He is going to get 15 rushes. There's no guarantee he's going to score a touchdown. There's not.
There's Tommy Tremble.
You're right.
As
when it comes to betting, it's about when it comes to making predictions, it's about the highest likelihood. If you ask me what's the highest chance, 15 carries for Christian McCaffrey or him scoring a touchdown, you're going to tell me 15 carries.
Yeah, 15 carries.
That's true.
You're going to tell me 15 carries.
Yeah, very good.
That's what it was. So when you make the selections of which ones you do, that's what you take into account. And then that's what you pick. Like you pick the highest odds. Like you try to take the biggest advantage of it because you got to get all of these right to make the money.
Yeah.
Hey, Cody, there's one on here for Tommy Tremble, 14.5 receiving yards.
Oh.
No, I don't feel comfortable doing. I don't feel comfortable doing anything on Tremble.
Yo, real talk. It's funny because I missed on Gabriel Davis last night. That was the one that was one catch short. It was 4.5. So I missed on Gabriel Davis last night.
So look, I think I'm gonna go with this.
The third wide receiver for the Rams, he came through. He only needed 14 yards receiving. He got like 33.
So look, I'm gonna go. I think this is gonna be the one that I go with. I'm gonna pick the Tom Brady one because that's just one that they give you. Why not? Mm-hmm. Christian McCaffrey, I still feel good about over 65 yards. Y'all might call me crazy, but I think that's a good one. DJ Moore, I got more than 5 receptions and more than 14.5 rushing attempts for Christian McCaffrey. Y'all think that sounds pretty good?
I like it.
And by the way, I'm trying to win more than Tony on the Tuesday show. We have like a little competition to kind of see who can make the better pick. So we're gonna go ahead and go with that one.
This Tuesday. Tell you what I won this weekend.
Oh, it's just.
We'll see.
Oh, okay. So no, I do gotta make a clarification. See, I'm learning on the fly.
You can only play the Tom Brady in one of your picks.
It said you can't. So I told you wrong, Dave. You can't pick more than. Yeah, you have to have one play.
So you got to take McCaffrey off. You got to take.
I'd take the 65 yards off, man.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be carries, right? You got to do the carries. You got to keep the carries and delete the other ones, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's right.
He's definitely getting 15 carries. That's gonna happen.
So then, if I add a 4, I got to do either Baker or a Robbie Anderson or
Tommy you do a different
I'd
team.
play it safe, man. Leave it 3.
Or you do a different game, bro. Or you
get
away
I'd play
from
it
this
safe
game.
and leave it 3.
Yeah, I mean 2,400 ain't bad either. That's 5x. That's not bad.
Yeah. Man, I got the itchy finger though, man. I want a Baker Mayfield stat, dude. I'm telling you.
I had to stop myself from making bets.
And if Baker costs you your money, I don't want to hear shit.
I know.
Go to Baker.
I'll say Dave tried to tell me
and you know if you lose your money, Tony's going to watch this and he's going to rag you to death.
Tony,
he's gonna say you should have listened to Dave. You should have listened to Dave and stayed away from Baker.
Is that Baker one touchdown? Is that it?
There's one for 30 pass attempts. Let me take the less on that.
What's the 0.5?
Interception. That he's going to throw an interception.
0.5 interception?
31 their pass attempts. I took that less.
I know, Dave. Look, Dave Stubbs is thinking what I am, bro. Like
white chocolate. You're right.
You know,
I would take the 31.
I would take the 31 less. I would take the 31 less.
How much you
cover? 31
I
less.
don't want to bet for an interception either. You know what I mean? But
you would take the what?
31.
I would take the 31 less. I would take the 31 less. I would take the pass attempts. 31.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's just attempts now. I think what did Josh Allen have last night? 31 attempts, I think.
Yeah, but it's
He
Josh
ain't
Allen, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, I
Josh
like
Allen
that.
had 31 attempts. I
No,
think
I
that
like
Baker
that.
Mayfield is safe to say he's going to throw less than Josh Allen does.
Bro, this is
Josh Allen in perfect weather.
And
Yeah.
besides,
Yeah, I think
if
this
you
is
believe
perfect
that,
right here, man.
if you believe that Christian McCaffrey's going to get those carries, then it's going to impact him. I mean, so
And rain.
that's your correlation.
Yeah, because
In the
you're looking
rain,
at
correlation.
45 plays right there. Like, what
Yeah.
do you get? 50 offensive plays a game generally. So you're looking at 45 plays. If Baker gets 31 and Christian gets 14 or 15.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
46
Tom,
plays. Sorry.
I got Tom Brady. I got DJ Moore, more than 5 receptions. I got 14 and a half rushing attempts for McCaffrey. I got more. And we're going to go on Baker Mayfield with 31 projected pass attempts. Now the question is, should I do the flex pay or the power
No,
play?
fuck that. Go all in, man. Go big or go
Go
home.
all in, dude.
Yeah.
Use a flex.
I feel
No
that.
risk it, no biscuit, baby. Come on.
Oh shit, baby, let's go, boys.
And the only thing I don't like about this site is that you can't go back and change your pick after you
Yeah, I
submitted
wanted
it.
to change.
No.
Like once you've submitted it, that's it.
That's it. That's everywhere,
There's
bro.
no changing it.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
that's everywhere. I
No,
think
it's not like that with DraftKings. You can check with DraftKings and FanDuel. You can change.
Yeah, but
up
that's
to
different.
the-
But
up
that's
to
different
kickoff.
because
Like,
you're
you can
doing a
change it.
tournament lineup. You're doing a
Yeah,
tournament
yeah,
lineup.
Oh, I
different.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
There's a
But I
different
just
level
feel
of
like you should be able to
strategy
change this. You know,
No,
like if I go back
once
later
you
and feel
work
like I have a
it,
different
which is-
decision.
because the
I should be
problem
able
is
to
too
change
is that the numbers change. The numbers change
True.
throughout the week, so they're fluctuating. Sometimes
Okay.
they go up.
Right,
sometimes they go
right.
down.
So you have to be
Okay.
able to do the bet.
Like if we
You gotta-
wake
you
up
Those
gotta-
Sunday,
numbers
you
could be
gotta know where
different
to
on
catch it.
Sunday.
if you wake
So-
up Sunday and it's sunny and raining, you're like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You pick the odds we thought
Hey,
was gonna
but-
rain.
What happens if someone's
Hey, but guys,
questionable?
so look, y'all already saw how easy it was. Use promo code C3, go to PrizePicks, and hey, man, check out those other games. They have there's a NFL action this weekend, man. So you might find some other ones that hey, you think is a good pick on PrizePicks, man. Nick sent me this earlier, and I've had it queued up for a minute now, and it's time to play it. Nick, do you want to set this up a little bit, or you want me to just play it like it is? This is Matt Rhule's press conference from not today, but yesterday.
You can just play it. You know, we'll see if somebody catches it. It's a little bit long, Cody. I think I might have told the first timestamp might have been a little bit earlier. I think there's another question. The question really is the one after that, but
He looks
yeah, it's pretty telling as far as what he's about to say. Kind of pay
All right.
attention to him talking about Baker.
So we're gonna listen to Matt Rhule for a minute. And you can never hear the questions that the reporters ask.
Don't be an idiot at any particular moment. Don't let the emotions get the best of you.
I've seen nothing that tells me that I haven't seen anything that says, "Hey, I'm going to let my emotions get the best of me." He's locked in and in the moment. I think everybody that's here understands the standards for how we want to be. At the end of the day, it's never about you. It's never about me. It's always about us. It's always about the team. It's always about winning. Winning comes first. So, whether that's a guy in training camp reaching the ball across the goal line and me calling everybody up, or whether that's a guy being late, it's always about the team. It's always about winning. So Baker to me embodies that. He comes to things his own way. He's a very competitive guy, very fiery guy, but I mean, he's
Oh shit! Hold on.
Well, damn.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Hold up.
We don't either. We're live, pal.
rally around him.
Why
Not
just
just
a
this
bit?
game, but calling everybody up, or whether that's a guy being late. It's always about the team. It's always about winning. So Baker to me embodies that. He comes to things his own way. He's a very competitive guy, very fiery guy. But I mean, he's the stories you hear and the stories I certainly heard are not what I see. I mean, he's a true professional, and that's what everyone that I talked to about him said about him. So I think he's a great teammate, a great leader. I think our guys are going to rally around him, not just this game, but every game.
Separate the stories you hear from this is what I've seen with my own two eyes.
I don't pay attention to things I hear. I judge
Cap.
for what I see.
Right here.
Sometimes in life, as we all know, sometimes we are one way, and then as time comes, we mature. Things change us. I'm not saying he's matured because I haven't seen anything say he's not matured. I think he's a heck of a guy and a heck of a quarterback, and I think every guy in this organization, certainly every player in that locker room believes in him. So the way he handled this entire training camp and preseason battle, I thought was selfless and fantastic. He pours into younger players. He's an excellent teammate, and he's a great competitor.
So, Nick, what did you take away from that? Did you feel like not everyone in the organization is down for Baker? What did you take from that?
That's kind of what I'm taking away from it, man. You don't walk back a statement like that real fast if there isn't somebody in the back of your head that stands out as being against it, or a few people. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't see any of that.
And then he's like, "Oh, he might have changed." I mean, I'm not saying he didn't change. I'm saying that if he did change, this is how he would change.
Yeah, basically what I'm talking about is when, like, closer to the end of that little clip that he played, when he starts saying, "Oh yeah, everybody in the building," and then he he pauses for half a second, then he's like, "Well, everyone on the roster believes in Baker or is behind Baker." You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, why would you walk that back? Like, what you had said right there was perfect. And granted, Matt Rhule talks way too much. I was trying to skim through that press conference, and on YouTube, how you can fast forward at 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Basically, if I was to fast forward at 10 seconds, like every 3 seconds, it would form a perfect sentence saying what he needed to say. It was insane. It's like, dude, just stop talking.
I think that's just I think what we heard was just a Matt Rhule hiccup.
Yeah.
Hey,
I agree with Pickle here. Yeah.
It was it's just a Matt Rhule hiccup.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I want to add my man Dan Floyd from Nuke. Dan, how are you, brother?
Yo, what you saying? How's things? Everyone all right?
Yeah, doing. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Yo,
Hey.
good, yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
Dave, shout out Dave from Pause. Nice to see
Yeah,
Dave
man.
on the show.
Happy to have
I'm
you
here,
in here,
man.
man.
Appreciate it, man.
So happy.
So going on this Matt Rhule thing, and a lot of people were, saying that it kind of put dead all the rumors that Baker Mayfield is a bad teammate. You heard all those rumors coming from the Browns, but the fact that he's already been named the captain, do we think that says something about Baker Mayfield and
No,
his leadership ability? Like, do you feel like you learned or feel
We got like
this
10
is
captains
something
already.
new to
I mean,
Baker?
I don't
just
think
making
him
up
being named
captains, bro.
captain means anything. Isn't a quarterback on every single
I was about
team
to
a
say the
captain?
same thing.
Captain.
Every team a quarterback. That is a ceremonial thing. Sam Darnold was our captain.
Trey
Come on.
Lance.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Trevor Lawrence is a captain. Come on.
Trevor's the man, though.
No, we'll see. But,
Yeah, we
You
will.
get to see it.
hey, you know what I took away from that press conference the most, though?
Huh.
Matt Rhule has lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, a lot of
He needs
people
to
have
do
been
some
saying
damn
that.
shoulder shrugs, man. Do some shoulder shrugs, some military presses, because your shoulders are looking weak, bro. Seriously, you were looking bad with them shoulders. No
He's
neck and
stressed-
shoulders.
Oh, shit,
God, get in
He's
the
stressed
gym
out,
for
bro. He
real.
better lose
Get
his
in
job.
the gym.
Yeah, man, my man's about to lose his. He's on the 3rd-year hot seat, bro. He ain't got time for no
He's
shoulder.
not eating nothing. He
There's
just
always time
shoulder
for
raising.
shrugs, man. Always time for shrugs.
Just look at
Yeah, but-
the Detroit head coach.
I will give him this. A lot, during the NFL players meeting or the owners meeting or whatever, people were basically making fun of Matt Rhule. That he had kind of gotten a little pudgy. He had a bit of a beer belly, and I
Not
think
commend
that
him for
after,
losing weight. That's tough.
but I also think that after David Tepper came out and made his basement comments, like now we know for sure that people in this organization, they're monitoring Twitter. They see what people are saying about them online. So
They always have, though.
Yeah, for sure. But especially now in today's
DJ Moore called me out during training camp, bro.
Yeah, I saw the clip.
Yeah,
I saw the clip.
They watch
He
me.
said,
But let me
He
ask
said-
you, how
he
cool
said,
was that to
"Damn,
be called
Dave,
out
you
by
be
him?
talking shit."
It had to have been cool, right?
I'm gonna be honest, man. Nah, it was dope. I mean, it was cool that they're watching because, like, for me, it's always about who's watching, and we know that the players are watching, or at least associates of the players are watching, because of the fact that we got an interview with Philly Brown. We got an interview with Philly Brown. because he was watching the show when I was saying Steve Smith not going to probably get first ballot Hall of Fame. People, and he didn't agree, and now we ended up getting an interview with him later that week. So I know that I'm happy that the players watch. I think it's good that they got their ear to the streets. It's kind of like, and I'm a big hip hop head. It's kind of like how like some of the bigger artists always keep their ear on the streets to get an idea about what the streets are saying about their work, what they're saying about their brand. So I think that's
or
good
who
for
to
the Panthers
sign,
to understand, huh?
Or who to sign.
Yeah, yep. So like, I think it's good. But I will say, I felt for Rashad because Rashad was just an innocent bystander because Rashad didn't say anything critical of DJ Moore. I don't think I said anything
You
bad
were
about
getting
DJ
Rashad
Moore.
in trouble, bro.
Yeah, but
I didn't say anything bad about DJ Moore. I went off the data. I was talking about fantasy.
What was it? Fantasy touchdowns, Dave?
No, my big thing about DJ Moore when I made the comment about him was about the fact that he wasn't with the target share that he has. He should, like, from a fantasy perspective, he should be a top 5 fantasy wide receiver because he gets his money. He gets the 5th more targets than any other wide receiver in the NFL. But he doesn't catch the ball at a high. He don't catch the ball at a high percentage like the others. The other ones are catching the ball at an 80% catch radius, and he's around the 60s.
He's like a bunch of yak, right?
I blame Rashad for not being able to see live coverage of training camp though, because I watched him last year. But
no, you don't need to blame. Let me tell you something, bro. You don't need to blame Rashad. It ain't Rashad's fault. Well, I mean, you could blame him for the Panthers actually finally filming it now.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. I don't mean to.
Yeah,
I don't mean it's his personal.
Not blaming him for real. Hey, I wanted to ask y'all a question, but because this is something that was going around Twitter, and I even put it in the thumbnail for today's show. It seems like whenever Josh Allen does something good, Cam Newton always gets to trending, and it happens all the time.
You're not
okay. You keep on.
Cody, you're not ready for the discussion, bro.
No, we have to, Dave, and we about to. You hear all these things. They call Josh White Cam Newton. They call him, some people, especially Bills fans, they think that he is a better version of Cam Newton just as a player, as a passer. And I think there's a lot of nuance to this conversation, man. And if you've been listening to me on the C3 Panthers podcast forever now, for almost 4 years or more than 4 years, I have been a firm defender of Cam because of the lack of offensive weapons that Cam Newton had for the majority of time throughout his career. And I genuinely believe that we were robbed of the prime of Cam Newton's career before we got to see this man take his next step as the passer that we all knew that he could be. I do think that his numbers are kind of misleading because of the receiving talent that he had around him. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I'm really upset about this. Like, to even make the comparison between these two players, just from a play style perspective, like, people really feel some type of way about this. Panther Pickle was the one that suggested this to me first. Pickle, if you're there, I'm gonna let you jump in on this first, and talk about this. But hold that thought, because I know that Greg has to get out of here. So I want to give Greg an opportunity to plug his stuff and watch his podcast that he has coming up tonight. Greg, tell him what you've got going on.
Well, I appreciate it, Cody. Yeah, I do another podcast. It's Geeks Chasing Squirrels Across the Multiverse. It goes live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube on Fridays. So we go right after this show. So anybody who's into any kind of great shows that are on right now, come check us out. Tonight we're talking about Disney Plus Weekend. We're talking about Lower Decks, Rings of Power, She-Hulk, House of the Dragon, and the new Cobra Kai season coming out this week. So we got a whole lot to talk about this week. It's episode 150. I should have planned something a little more special for 150, but 150 is a big mark, and it's going to be fun. So we'll be on live 9 p.m. tonight. So check us out, Geeks Chasing Squirrels Across the Multiverse.
Check it out, man.
I'll send the link in the chat.
When are you doing Hot D?
I'm saving it until you're able to come on if you want to come on.
Yeah. Okay.
So probably close to the end.
As soon as I'm done with this, I'll probably jump over there and hang out with you.
I got you, man. I'll send you a link and we'll save it for you when you come on.
Yeah, man. Geeks Chasing Squirrels. Say it one more time.
Geeks chasing squirrels. That's it. Across the multiverse is kind of the second tagline. But I'll leave a link to the show in the chat room here before I head out.
All right,
but
cool.
fellas, I appreciate everything. Keep pounding. Football season's fucking here. It's great.
Let's
It's
go.
the best week of the year, minus basketball season starting, which is coming up soon too. Oh, I can't wait. So I can't wait to see y'all Sunday and keep pounding, or later on tonight actually. So keep pounding.
Bad daddy, keep pounding, brother.
See you, Greg.
Later, man. All right, Panther Pickle. Let's go back to this Cam Newton, Josh Allen conversation. Do you think that it's a fair comparison to compare those two players? Some people don't think so. What do you think?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you why. Because Josh Allen, if you watch him enough and you listen to him, he actually studies other quarterbacks, eliminate and tries to copy what they do. I have absolutely no doubt that him and Cam Newton have chatted over the years. I've absolutely no doubt that he's talked to Cam about some things in his own play that he could play different. And I'm sure Cam Newton, being Cam Newton, gave him some advice. And with Cam Newton tweeted basically his support and honor Josh Allen, I don't think Cam fans should run their lip every time somebody says, "Hey, he looks good," and then get upset when Cam's mentioned in their conversation because you can't compare him to Cam Newton. Why the hell not? They compare every quarterback to every other quarterback and every other player to every other player.
I need to jump in.
Dave, I want to say one thing before you jump in here, Dave. Like most people, most people genuinely agree, right, that Michael Vick paved the way for a guy like Lamar Jackson. And I would say that's reasonable, right? I mean, considering how fast and the arm talent, like whether people like it or not, when you look at what Michael Vick did, people are like, "Oh, Lamar, that's the next, that's the next Michael Vick." So why is it weird to say that Cam Newton paved the way for guys with a play style like Josh Allen, and then even to a lesser degree, like a Justin Herbert?
So here's the thing. Here's my thing. When you talk about the amount of quarterbacks that are out here in these streets that are dual threat, I do give Michael Vick a lot of credit when it comes to that. But I think Cam Newton ballooned it. If you talk to these kids and they ask them who's one of their biggest idols, they will say Cam Newton. Deshaun Watson, how you feel what he does in personal life or not, will say Cam Newton. Lamar Jackson will say Cam Newton. A lot of these guys will say Cam Newton. Justin Fields would say Cam Newton. Now, I say all that to say there's no problem comparing Cam Newton to Josh Allen if you're consistent in how you do it. And that's the problem that I have, because some of the things that Josh Allen does, they would say at different comments for when Cam Newton did it. For example, when Cam Newton runs, takes a hit, they'll say, "Oh, you got to protect yourself. That's dangerous. You can't do that." When Josh Allen goes and lay it on somebody, they say,
"Tough as hell.
What heart? What a hit by Josh Allen." If the media is more consistent, and then when you also think about the trajectory of the players, like when Cam Newton came into the NFL, they thought that Cam Newton was super talented. There were some things they needed to fix, but he was raring to go from the gate. Not necessarily the same for Josh Allen. Josh Allen was one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league when he first came in. And the turnaround that he had after his first year was freaking uncanny. It's never been seen before. Go back and look at the numbers. It was like a night and day thing. Huh?
No, he had a good year without Diggs. I think a year right before Diggs.
He had a good year without Diggs.
But I'm saying now
Diggs helped.
Oh yeah.
Diggs helped.
I don't think Cam ever had a Stephon Diggs type receiver, has he?
He had Steve Smith.
Right. No, he
never ran him off.
I mean,
in his twilight,
first 2 years, that was it.
Yeah,
the first year he had. First year, you can argue he might have had the best receiver core he ever did. He had Jeremy Shockey, Steve Smith, Greg Olsen. He had a barrage of pass catchers to throw it to back then.
Yeah, at the start of his career, he did have a decent lineup with Steve Smith, 2 tight ends, and Greg Olsen, Jeremy Shockey. But then along the way, man, it was like after 2012, I really felt like it was the Cam Newton show from then on out. I mean, like, truthfully, I mean, we had, D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart with that Thunder and Lightning combo, but the entire offense ran through Cam Newton. And by the way, I do think something that's relevant in talking about this conversation is Sean McDermott. And Sean McDermott was here in Carolina when we had Cam Newton. And Sean McDermott saw firsthand what a big, powerful, dynamic dual threat quarterback can do for your offense. But what I think he has learned to do better is that you actually have to do a good job of putting all the pieces around your premier at quarterback. And I feel like already the Buffalo Bills have done that in a better way than they ever did for Cam Newton. So when people want to talk about Josh Allen as a better passer, yeah, if you look at the numbers, 1,000% he's a better passer. And by the way, this man has done a lot of work to fix his accuracy problems. However, when you add a Stephon Diggs, dude, when you add a Gabriel Davis, it makes life easier for you, man.
Look at Tom Brady before Randy Moss.
Yeah.
I mean, that explosion happened. People said Tom Brady was a game manager before that.
Yeah. Yeah, and when he went down to Tampa, people were like, oh, Tom Brady doesn't throw the deep ball. Well, he went down there just he's going to throw the
It also helped Josh Allen and that situation that Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott have been together since they arrived in Buffalo.
If Josh Allen don't win the Super Bowl,
you guys are changing the topic. You guys are changing it from about the leadership levels that are happening in Buffalo versus what's happening in Carolina when it comes to Cam. But if you want to talk about the difference between the quarterback position, I think it's fair to make the comparison, but the media is not consistent on how they treat it. I think I saw one media outlet talk about the hits that man took yesterday because he took a lot of them.
And to today's point. Dave's point, we all remember all those ruthless headshots that Cam Newton took that never got called. And by the way, that's part of the reason why I say that these earlier generation of players, they do kind of pave a way for the guys that are there now, right? And I'm saying a guy like Cam Newton, like he has basically made the NFL a better place, not only for him playing that way, but for other players that are going to emulate that kind of style with the same body type, running the football, throwing the football downfield.
Y'all remember that comment? You remember that comment? Cam wasn't old enough to get them calls yet? Whatever.
Yeah, the referee said, no, you're not old enough to get that call.
They would never say that to Josh Allen, guys. They would never say that to Josh Allen. And guess what? Vic was old enough. He didn't get those calls either.
I'm hoping that shit changes now, man.
Dave, I do think if Josh Allen doesn't win anything the next couple of years, they will start burying him.
No,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Not as much as they buried Lamar Jackson so far because that man's only won one playoff game. They're not going to bury Josh, bro. I'm already watching it. I'm already watching how this is going to go. I'm telling you, bro. They're not going to bury
bad last year.
Huh?
Lamar was bad last year.
Lamar was hurt too.
His whole team was like all the starters were out.
Battered last year.
Yeah.
So was Baker. They killed him too.
But and something similar.
And they wouldn't be giving Lamar as much heat about his contract. Like they talking about, why don't you sign a new deal?
They should definitely.
Well, he's also representing himself too.
Yeah,
he's gonna.
If they turn on bro. If they turn on Aaron Rodgers, they will turn on Josh Allen.
They didn't turn, but they turn on Aaron Rodgers for different reasons, bro. The dude lied about when he got the vaccine.
But people do,
and he's arrogant. Josh Allen ain't an arrogant dude. Josh Allen seems like the most. He's not like he's matured a lot since his college days. I'll leave it at that. He seems like a good citizen from that standpoint since he's been in the league. Aaron Rodgers is a different animal in itself.
He's excited, man. Josh Allen's excited. He reminds me of me when I used to watch Cam. I can't lie. You can't help but to like notice the difference. Like when he's reaching over the goal line with a dude on him, it's like you think of Cam automatically.
Dude, that Buffalo Bills team is built almost identical to the teams that we had between 2013 and 2015. Like, it's base 4-3. They run a lot of zone defense.
And they have
wanna
Von
run the
Miller.
foot- Yeah, dude, how about that? And they have Von Miller now, so now that they're able to rush
And
4.
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
They didn't blitz. They didn't blitz at all yesterday.
How
They
crazy is
didn't
that?
blitz at all
7
last
sacks,
night.
no blitzes.
Yeah, and
Man.
it's. But
Do y'all think
let's also add in that their left tackle retired and they let their right guard walk away in free agency. Thankfulness, and he came to us, and that's 2 holes they have on the roster, I think. And
We're
their
talking about
center.
Buffalo? We're talking about Buffalo?
Oh, you mean
No, we're talking.
the Rams?
No, we're talking the Rams. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was talking
Corbett.
about the Rams.
Yeah,
Seven
Corbett.
sacks,
the
seven sacks,
the
7
Rams
sacks, bro.
situation is different, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and Stafford's hurt. That they ain't trying to
And
talk
they
about
lost
either.
their left tackle. Didn't they lose their left tackle?
Yeah, retired.
Yeah, left tackle retired.
He's doing media now.
And they never played any of the preseason. They don't
They're-
play any
they're-
of their starters
yeah,
in
and
the
they're-
preseason.
Their center. They announced that their center was hurt today. They're going to miss.
Yeah, on
their
top of
center
that,
for a
remember,
while.
it's just week 1, so that's why it's so hard to guess week 1 because so much fluky stuff happens sometimes.
Yeah, week 1 is
Hey, right quick, let me.
But I will say I got my first pick right. I did pick Buffalo to win yesterday. But that was easy. That was too easy.
Mhm.
That was way
Yeah,
too
I'm not
easy.
gonna front, man. Like I enjoy
Yeah,
watching
I-
the Bills.
Yeah,
I think the Bills are a fun
I picked
team.
the
I
Bills
think that they're
myself.
probably the best. I think they're probably, if not the best team in football, I think they're the best team in the AFC until somebody proves otherwise. And I know the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, but it's
They
like,
probably are. They're the best team, but it doesn't change the fact that they still got to prove that that they can do it. And I don't know. We don't know yet if they can do it.
It'd be interesting.
JD, what's up, bro?
No.
Yo,
Yo,
what's
yo,
good?
yo.
Y'all hear me?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Yeah, you loud and clear, dog.
Yeah, man. I've been listening to this entire time. Listening to y'all talk about Cam and Allen comparison, bro. So I was in class while the Bills game was playing the Bills and Panthers, and I happened to be able to catch part of the game. And the one part I caught was the goal line rushing touchdown by Allen. And the first thing that came to my damn mind was this man is out there doing his best Cam Newton impression. Like I'm on the 3-yard line. And that ain't that even the announcer said it. That was Bobby Wagner, bro. He went over Bobby Wagner a la Cam in 2015 on the Falcons. I'm gonna dunk this shit on you. Like
They even ran that fake bootleg that Cam used to run, where he would fake it to the running back, fake the bootleg, and hit Olsen down the field for a touchdown. Like exactly the same plays.
They did that last year with Dawson Knox in the end zone, man, in the playoffs.
If for no other reason, like if I had no reason to root for the Bills outside of McDermott and Bean, like I hope that Allen has the career. I hope Allen goes on to have the career that Cam would have had he had been given the fucking help that he deserved to have.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's the overwhelming favorite today for MVP.
Oh, I think it was before the season.
As of right now, yeah. I mean, it's early, but I mean, you know, we've still got
there's only a couple that could potentially get it, right? You're talking
just
Mahomes. Mahomes could get it. Jackson could get it.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert can get it.
Yeah,
and Allen. Those are the 4.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't gonna
You
be
said Mahomes?
somebody that's not a quarterback. It's got to be
What about
quarterback
Rodgers?
that play across the league. What about who?
I mean, Rodgers won 2 years.
I think he's
in a row.
going to lose it with
Rodgers.
Allen.
I think Rodgers is gonna suffer from the lack of receivers. Allen Lazard might not even play this weekend, bro. That's his number 1 wide receiver.
You know
Which sucks because I drafted him.
Cody's boys playing. Sammy Watkins.
The Bills.
Yeah, that's right, Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, the Bills' offensive coordinator is Ken Dorsey. Of course, you know the quarterback's coach Joe Brady, but their senior offensive assistant is Mike Shula. So that could be a good reason why they're running a lot of the plays Cam played. Run. Because Mike Shula is their senior offensive assistant, and most of the time while Cam was here, Ken Dorsey was his quarterback's coach for a good while. So,
Nick, I wanted to get your opinion on the. I wanted to get Nick's opinion on the Josh Allen and Cam Newton thing. I didn't know if you had something to say and didn't get your chance to.
Dude, let me tell you something. I was probably one of the most hated guys at work today because all I was saying all day was "Let's go Bills." Look, man, it's
oh yeah, you're in
last.
Pats country. That's their rival.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
not they got a deal.
Nick, are they in panic mode?
They
Not
should
yet.
be.
Some of them are, but not yet. Not
They
yet,
pretend they're
so.
not.
What about you, Dave? You think where you're at, they're all panicking about the Pats, or they just good? They cool about it?
They're accepting.
They're still
They're not
delusional.
going to be good this year. I think they're finally realizing that Mac Jones is not Tom Brady, so they got to understand that this could be a situation that the peak for this guy might actually only be Jimmy Garoppolo.
They should know that.
Like, and I told them that. I told them that when he got drafted. I said, if he's better than Jimmy G, y'all won.
What's funny is no one around here thinks that.
Well, they better down there than they are up here, man, because they freaking out up here in Maine. They
really?
Dude, let me tell you something, bro. Listen, I tell them, like, all these, like, I've hired a lot of folks from the Northeast because obviously from where I work and I manage and I get to hire a bunch of computer scientists and IT folks and things of that sort. So a lot of the kids that I hire don't remember when the Patriots were bad because they weren't born when the Patriots were mad. And I always use the comment of, I remember Tecmo Bowl, bro. Y'all were trash. Trash.
Yep.
And it's about to come back. And the only reason why I don't want to leave the Northeast is because I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy it. Like, I want to see what mediocre Patriots team looks like. But Bill Belichick is coach. So he's going to always have them boys ready, but we'll see.
That defense is good. Whatever the Patriots do this season, it's going to be primarily that defense carrying that team.
Yeah, but how fast do they turn on Belichick? Like next year?
They're going.
Let me say something, bro. Belichick
I'm already hearing rumblings.
as long as he wants.
They say Grandpa's losing
as long as he wants.
They say Grandpa losing his fastball. That's what I'm hearing.
I think
Belichick. The problem, what they need to do, they probably need to do the Mike Shanahan route for when right before he got let go from Denver. They need to give him a general manager that knows what the hell they're doing. You don't want Bill's not good at drafting, bro. Tom Brady mastered a lot of that.
Yeah, he's not drafting at all.
Bill Belichick is not a good drafter. He's not.
They don't even have an offensive coordinator, do they?
No, they
said they do. It's Matt Patricia. It's Matt Patricia.
Oh, hang on, Dave. I know you, Dave.
Offensive coordinator duties.
Say again?
It's Matt Patricia. What's up?
I thought it was Patricia and the guy from the Giants last year. What's
Joe Judge? No, it's Patricia.
Okay.
They want Joe Judge to do it, but he don't know how to call plays. So they're not going to do it. He's not ready. So it's going to be Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia used to coach the offensive line at one point. It's going to be Matt Patricia.
Joe Brady. So Dave, go soon. Before you go, I want to ask you, what did you make of Pat Elflein getting the nod at starting center over Bozeman?
I think that Brady Bozeman benefited from Lamar Jackson, and it showed. Because Lamar Jackson scrambled as much as he did as a quarterback, because he was always outside of the pocket more often than not, we didn't really truly know how good Brady Bozeman was. And now we got somebody that actually sits in the pocket, and maybe they saw, not as good as we think he's going to be.
So you think Pat Elflein is a better center for the Panthers than Bradley Bozeman?
Right now, yeah. And that's hard for me. That's a hard pill for me to swallow, guys. Like, I mean,
see it.
But like, let's keep it a buck. Like, it's different. There's a difference in playing. Like, there's a difference in being an offensive lineman when your quarterback stays in the pocket and when your quarterback does not. Like, there's a distinct difference.
Look at Cam. How much Cam masked how poor this O-line was.
There's a difference.
Cam was getting guys Pro Bowls for no reason. You're like, what?
Cam was getting folks paid. Cam got Andrew Norwell paid.
I don't know, man. I've spoken with Ravens fans who say that they were really upset that they lost Bozeman, and they felt like he was an asset to their team. My only problem with that, Dave, is I don't trust the talent evaluation on this team. Just like I felt like they could have had a much better look at Brady Christensen last year at left tackle, and they chose not to give it to him. This year, it's like I even said earlier, I wonder if they're going with Pat Elflein over Bradley Bozeman just because Bozeman's been hurt And Pat Elflin's been here more recently, taking snaps with the ones and, snapping the ball to Baker Mayfield. So sort of a continuity thing than it is like an actual skill level thing. Because Bradley Bozeman is a much bigger man, I feel like, than Pat Elflin. Like, Bradley Bozeman's a big dude. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what to trust here. Go ahead, Nick.
Here's the thing to remember, Cody K. There are people out there that thought Michael Jordan deserved the starting guard position.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, and I'm not. Hey, listen, I've had some hot takes that, no, not even close. Okay,
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been there. I'm not one to judge anybody for what they think is going to happen, but at the end of the day, we all have our own opinions on this. I could see F-line being better than Bozeman. Let's face it, F-line is a better center than he is a left tackle.
He's got better guards around him than he did last year. So
let's remember, next year I believe we'll have Cade Mays likely at center.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah. That's the goal, guys. Cade Mays is going to be starting center, but I have to go because I got to go pick my daughter up before she has a heart attack at the high school. Follow me at Panther Nation PC. Follow me at Champ D1012 individually. I'll start my daily Q&A at 11:30 on Sundays. Huh?
No, I think some background.
That was your own echo, I think.
Oh, okay. So well, I don't because I'm here. So I do my daily fantasy show 11:30 prior to kickoff. I'll take questions with regards to that. We'll go over the inactives. We'll talk about some daily fantasy plays at the last minute based on those inactives. I'll take your questions regarding your season-long fantasy leagues as well. And as always, we go live every Monday. Right now, we're doing at 9 p.m. because Rashad decided he wanted to go back to school. So we go live every Monday at 9 p.m. So check us out if you haven't already. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm out, guys.
All right, Dave.
Dave from PNP. Shout out to Dave. Appreciate you, brother. Until next time.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dave from PNP. Man.
Hey, somebody need to get in contact with Pat Coltrane and get that man out of retirement, because between C3, PNP, and Pat, like that was a trifecta, man. Like that was just great entertainment in of it itself.
The Holy Trinity of Panthers podcast.
Real.
The tripod.
Yeah, man. You know.
Pat ain't going nowhere. He'll do a video.
Pat. Look, man. Wait until Baker starts throwing some picks, and Pat will be back. If Baker starts playing like some real ass, bro, Pat Coltrane's gonna be back in a flash. I promise. And other way around too. Like even if
shout out
balling.
Yeah. Check out 704 Bound. Now that's a really good podcast to check.
Yeah, 704 show.
I've been on it quite often.
Yeah, I went on there yesterday, man. Shout out to Twan.
I wanted to hop on and holler at Twan about that heresy he was speaking about CMC.
Like, he was crazy, huh?
So this is wild. Something that I wasn't aware of until I looked it up. And CMC went for that 1,000 season in 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
That man was less than 200 yards, so it was like he needed around 200 yards, and in 2018 he would have had 1,000. So that man legitimately was like 200 yards short of going 1,000 back-to-back seasons. That's part of the reason why I said it earlier that I can see if they're able to get CMC, like on average, keep him around 20 touches a game, he should be able to remain healthy for the entire season. Around 15 of those touches need to be rushing attempts. Around 5 of those touches need to be passing catches. If he's able to do that, I genuinely do believe that CMC can put up another 1,000 season, and it wouldn't take away anything on the offense. Like DJ would still go over 1,000. Robbie might fuck around and go over 1,000. You'd have a running back with 1,000 receiving yards, 1,000 rushing yards. Like, and he'd be doing that off of minimal touches. Like, I want to see CMC getting around. Like, if we run 60 offensive snaps, CMC should be out there for 30 of them, but he shouldn't be getting the ball on all 30 of those snaps.
Yeah.
You give CMC 30 snaps. You give Foreman 30, I say like 20 snaps, and you give Chuba fucking 5-10 that's left over because bringing Chuba out there right now, no one trusts his hands. So him being out there does make the offense less potent. So bro, if CMC is able to stay healthy, I have little doubt in my mind that man is going to put up another 1,000 season.
Did you
think
think?
Healthy? I think we're playoff bound.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Did you think that? Okay, you know how Twan last night was saying, "Oh, they were force feeding him." It's because they force feed him. Do you think a 1,000 receiving season is possible for Christian McCaffrey if we're choosing to lighten his load? And if we're going to get Deontay Foreman some more carries, and if we're going to get other people involved, like, is that really going to, will he be able to put up those kind of numbers without being fed the ball that much?
No,
because he. So for me, CMC is good for a chunk play. He's good for at least one chunk play on the ground running it. He's good for one chunk play catching the ball. Off of that alone, like the dude can average over 100 yards, like around 60, 70 yards rushing, 60, 70 yards receiving, and legitimately not touching the ball all that much. Because when you look at the wide receiving room, like hell, even in 2019 when he went for over 1,000, DJ still put up 1,000 yards. So it's
that's a good point.
Quarterback in Baker, who by all accounts likes to. He had his most successful season when OBJ went down and he was able to freely distribute the ball to whomever was open. We have a wide receiving core that is extremely unselfish. The only person in that receiving core that you could come close to calling a diva would be Robbie, and I will repeatedly defend Robbie and tell people he's not a diva, he's just different. You have an entire offense. I can live with my quarterback being the diva. So you have an entire offense of extremely talented guys, and they're all selfless. You put Baker out there and you allow him to distribute the ball, and he doesn't have to concern himself with who's getting what, because DJ can do work off of a handful of catches. Robbie can do work off a handful of catches.
Yeah.
Just spread the wealth. Get Foreman out there and give him some fucking touches. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He's not a route runner like CMC. Like I said, Chuba's the only one that I'm and hell, maybe some of what the talent that CMC has with catching, maybe it rubs off on Chuba as the season goes on, and he's able to catch a few passes when they're thrown to him.
We better hope so, because let me tell you, his hands are like stone. Hey, but let me say this though, to TY in the chat, he's a brown talking mad shit. And hey, that's fine. You're allowed to talk to your shit, bro. Just make sure you show up back here on Sunday for the post-game show after we get done thumping that ass. You think we got one corner? Nah, dog. You're about to find out what Jacoby Brissett's worst nightmare is. His name is J.C. Horn. His name is C.J. Henderson. His name is Dante Jackson. His name is Jeremy Chin. You're about to find out the hard way, bro.
We might see Dobbs in the
here.
second half.
But when Sunday's over, the Browns fans like TY is going to wish they had an offensive line like Carolina, because their offensive line is all talk and no action.
They're gonna wish they had a quarterback. They got listen. They have Jacoby throwing passes against J.C. Horn and C.J. Henderson. Dude, even Dante Jackson's gonna eat. And T.Y. just bring your ass back here on Sunday for the post-game show.
They're gonna trade
that
for
same
Jimmy G
energy. That's all I'm saying.
If they were, I would expect before Sunday's over, they're going to get tired of their lame quarterback and put the guy from Tennessee in.
Dobbs?
Yeah.
Oh, Josh Dobbs?
Yeah.
Bro,
they might have no choice.
I'm expecting Horn to have a season reminiscent of Norman back in 2015. Like these first 4 or 5 games, teams are going to try. That man's going to, like, through these first 4 or 5 games, Horn's going to get around 4 or 5 picks. After that, motherfuckers, they just going to stop throwing to his side of the downfield.
Yep.
Like, his season last year being cut short, in a way, it did him a favor, because this season, like, a White Chocolate Espresso can attest to this. We watched what this man did against these SEC receivers that are now in the NFL and coaching teams. Horn is legitimately that motherfucker.
He
so
is.
If you think we got one corner, go ahead and keep thinking. I hope your team think we only got one corner.
Yeah. Yeah, the best part about him is you'll see we got 3 stud corners. You'll see one in nickel and 2 on the outside, and you may not know who's going to play nickel on any given lineup.
True,
bro. After watching what the Bills did to the Rams, like my confidence in what this defense and what this team could look like grew expeditiously. If I said that word correctly, I'd be trying to say words that now I don't properly use. Anyway,
you nailed that shit, JD.
I do the same thing, my friend.
You nailed it, bro.
I genuinely, because like anytime I hear people talk about how Burns isn't X, Y, Z, he can't hold the edge against the run. Von Miller's the first motherfucker that popped in my mind. Like, bro, how much bigger, if at all, is Von Miller to Brian Burns? So, yeah. Bro, like, no, like, on top of the fact that if this offense is able to put up points, and I expect them to be able to do so, that's going to allow that defensive front more pass rushing opportunities. The further, with every minute it ticks away in that game, the further and further away opposing teams have to get away from running the ball, allowing Burns and the other pass rushers to tee off. Like, I had a hot take on Cat Scratch Reader, and I posted that Burns and YGM are going to finish the season with around the same number of sacks. Derek Brown is actually going to be the one that gets double-digit sacks on the D-line. All right. They're going to be able to fucking rush the passer, because last year the offense stagnant, couldn't put up points. You go back and look at every game from last season. Like, we had 8 games in which the defense held opposing teams' run game in check. But then in all the other games in which they started to get gashed, it was the third, fourth. The Vikings game is one that come to mind. The Vikings didn't start gashing us with the run until late in the game. Offense didn't put up any points.
They were tired.
Man. So, like, besides that, the other game that pops into my mind is against the team formerly known as the football team, the Commanders. That's like that one game the defense decided they didn't want to they just didn't show up. Like, overall, though, Snow even said it in his interview, the defense actually fucking did well against the run. The problem is the offense wasn't putting up points. That's a recipe for disaster. So
like that Eagles game, like, we scored 17 at halftime, and that's all we could score.
Bet. Like, that's you can't have success. Like, if that defense had been able to perform at the clip in which it was performing early in the season, like, I hate when people speak out of context. The defense wasn't able to stop the run. No, they weren't able to consistently stop the run. They held Alvin Kamara. If I'm not mistaken, Kamara didn't have double-digit rushing yards that first time around when we played the Saints. Like, we went into the half and dude had like 9 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. So this team showed you it could stop the run. So I'm not concerned about the Browns. Like, to that point, you got Jacoby Brissett as your quarterback. I give all respect to Chubb, Hunt, and Dearness. The problem is the way our defense is currently constructed. The strength of this defense is in the secondary. You guys don't have anything at the wide out position that scares anybody. So you're going to have to run it. Hey, you say you want to run it. Cool. You're playing right into our hand, because all we got to do now is just put 7, 8 dudes in the box. Hey, for anybody that doesn't know, go back and watch Rhule's college film. I don't understand how that dude, how the Jets didn't recognize what the fuck they had in him. B, how the fuck he dropped to where he dropped in a draft. Rhule is going to fucking we're going to have to pay the man at the end of the season.
Oh, he's going to be one of the biggest assets of our defense. And so, like, all right, T.Y. is talking about stopping the run. If we're going to stop the run, it's going to start with Frankie Louvu. And I think we need to get Brandon Smith out there, man. Now, Pickle, you had told me that he was on the injury report, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's something that we need to keep an eye on. I'm hoping that we get Brandon Smith some time to just be young and fast and freaky and fly around and smack people.
But speaking of the injury report, let's remember the Browns have 2 right tackles, Chris Hubbard and Jack Conklin. Both of them are questionable for the game. Jack Conklin is their starting right tackle. He's had limited practice all week. and he's questionable. Chris Hubbard has full practice. He's questionable, and he's got an elbow injury. So, I mean, let's be real here. You could possibly look at Cleveland starting a third string tackle.
Yeah, and dude, that would be a perfect opportunity
Right,
for
right along with
for YGM
right,
to step up and show something on that right side.
Yep, right along with
Hey,
your third string center.
Real quick, I want to welcome Dan Floyd back to the stream. Dan, happy to come back, and also wanted to bring back in this man. Look, this dude has been Baker Mayfield's biggest defender, and he will be the first person that I hear from if Baker does indeed ball the fuck out. It's my dog Anthony. Anthony, what's up, bro? What's
What
going
it
on
do,
with you,
baby?
dog? Shit,
What's up, boys?
What's up?
What's up? Yo, so I wanted to jump in because, bro, JD made the smartest point that no one talked about. With the CMC thing, it makes total sense now why he got the 1,000 season. So, okay. So, our offense that year looked like Kyle Allen, a second-year DJ Moore, a bad O-line. I think we had Curtis Samuel in and out of the lineup. But the reason we had to use him so much is because we didn't have anything else. Now, when you look at our team this year, I'm on the right track. Like, I'm with JD with, like, he only needs to touch the ball 20 times because he is that Deebo Samuel type player. Like, he can do so much when the ball's in his hands. And we have a better team to where other guys should be eating. Like, it should not only be CMC in terms of, like, getting all the touches and this and that. But, yeah. I mean, I honestly feel like, bro, you guys just talked about the cornerbacks. I feel like we need to blitz the Browns a lot, bro. We need to test this man-to-man coverage and see what we got in our corners because their wideouts are not scary. I mean, they're not like fast or explosive. So they're gonna run the ball. We just have to stack the box. Go from there.
The most talented wide receiver they've got, or the most well-known name, I would say, would be Amari Cooper.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. He's still a great receiver, Pickle. I just think he's on the downcline of where he is at his career.
I agree.
He cooked us last year.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason the Cowboys just traded him for chunk change. I mean, they weren't going to get anything out of him, so they probably didn't feel the need for him.
The QBs haven't got a QB to throw it to him, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, there's so many open questions to this team. Like we were going through that PrizePicks earlier, and it's like nobody knows what kind of Baker Mayfield we're going to get. I really do think that this game, maybe it's high scoring, but probably not, man. With the rain and it's two run-first football teams, I mean, I think you're going to see a lot between this Panthers O-line and the Browns D-line.
Yeah, our defense is going to win the game for whoever wins. Our defense is better than the Browns. I don't get where all these people come out saying the Browns' defense is so much better than ours. I don't believe. Well, like the Browns kid before, obviously they just must be looking at our defense because he only thinks we have one corner. But I think defense will win the game for it. Like our defense will put up a couple of stops.
Well, we finna find out there, brother.
We're gonna do. I'm confident. I'm really confident, especially with Phil Snow. And I think like we built a bit of a bully on offense as well, haven't we? Just like everything's been predicated, all the moves on running the ball with these big receivers, people who can thump it and try and go through people, run after catch players. I think the offense is prime, isn't it, for a really good game.
Yeah. Is anyone worried about the offensive line? Like I know. We talked about the center a little bit and Pat Elflin, but like, dude, is anyone worried about Icky? Drew, I haven't heard from you in a minute.
Yeah.
You've been agreeing with me for the large part about wanting to see Icky at left guard, Brady at left tackle. We're not gonna get that. We're gonna get the reverse of that. I am happy that they're both on the field at the same time. Do you have any concerns about Icky being able to hold up on the left side of the line?
I think they need to start the game off running the football to get Icky acclimated, because that's what he does best. He run blocks. So let him do that. I mean, they've already said they're going to help him out a little bit, so I'm sure they're going to have a running back ship Myles Garrett, or they'll shift somebody over to kind of help him out every now and then to get his feet wet. But he's going to have to man up.
They're probably going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets in this game.
Yeah, but Icky's going to have to man up because, as they said, we can't hold his hand. We drafted him at the 6th pick because we wanted him to be a premier left tackle. Yeah. It's trial by fire at this point.
Yeah. He gonna give up a sack. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna give up at least one. If he doesn't,
man,
more power to him.
Probably 2. I can see 2.
You know, my thing is, man, is just I am this team has made me you want me to believe something, you got to show it to me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
amen, bro. Amen.
And what I've seen from Icky in the preseason, yes, there is a lot of good, but there's also some bad. Now that comes with the territory of being a rookie, which I am perfectly accepting of, and I'll give him as much time as he needs to feel confident. I'm still under the mindset that at some point this season, I'm thinking that Christensen is going to be the tackle and Brady is going to be, and Icky is going to be the guard.
So you think they might force their hand?
I think at some point that's what's going to happen, dude.
I don't know if they're going to be able to bite to just suck it up enough to say, okay, we got it wrong. We got to go back and we got to.
I think
it's going to get in the way of that.
I think that you're apt to see Brady at tackle, but I don't think you're going to see Icky at guard. I think they'll put Jordan at guard, even if I don't like it or agree with it, they're going to do that.
Man,
so they may put Bozeman at guard. They may put Bozeman at guard.
Taking the 6th overall pick on the bench is wild.
You know what makes me so mad? I don't think Pick was wrong. I don't think Pick was wrong.
I don't like it, but
that's going to I just hope they can block stunts this year.
Yeah.
We saw Christensen and Icky pick one up. I about cried, bro.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing. I feel like these guys are athletic and they're nimble. Like Christensen and Icky don't have a hard time moving, and I never felt like that with Dennis Daly or Cam Irving or Michael Jordan. Like they're big men with 2 left feet, right? Like they just don't move well. Icky and Brady, they can move their ass, man. Like these dudes are strong, they're fast, they're nimble. I think this offensive line has a really good opportunity to prove itself against a very good defensive line. And somebody in the chat room earlier mentioned it. I think it might have been Jay Issue. I think that we should run the football right at Myles Garrett. Like, you know how when you're playing the Rams, they say you should run right at Aaron Donald? And to that left edge and just run straight right toward Myles Garrett and force him to do something about it. JD mentioned that 2 tight end sets. Put Tommy Tremble, Brady Christensen, or other way around. Do Tremble, Akem Kwanu, Brady Christensen. Get that left side of the line moving and just dare him to do some shit about it.
I know I saw one of Icky's highlights from college. I don't know what type of play it was because, in truth, I can't recall ever seeing a left tackle pull, but they pulled the left tackle and the left guard, and Icky just blew. It was a linebacker that came up. Icky blew them up. Like he wasn't the man. They need to get medical attention out there immediately after it happened because it was like a damn car wreck. So I'm talking about, and I'm getting excited thinking about this shit, bro. I want to see Ian. I said Ian. Tommy pull with figure something out. I want to see Icky and Tommy lead blocking for CMC on some sort of end around something. You don't want to be in front of that because that's the one thing that I love about watching Tommy last year and his college film. The man goes to block like he's a linebacker looking for the ball carrier so he can blow him up. And that's not something you can coach into guys. That's something he clearly just enjoys being able to do.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you, like I said, 2 tight end sets. You're running plays like that, and you got guys that hell, even Ian. I know a lot of people aren't high on him. Ian's gotten better as a blocker. And then all of a sudden, you think they're staying in the block, and one of them leaks out, and now you got a fucking big play over the top. Like,
yeah. And,
real quick before I wanted to say,
what's he 6'5", and he's meant like our catching, our receiving tight end Sullivan, and he's a big boy. I mean, he'd be able to block as really well as well. He's a massive dude, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Like, all of our tight ends are big and strong. Between Sullivan, Tommy Tremble, Ian Thomas, I'm really hoping that we see a large improvement in our tight end room this year. And just even if it's blocking, man, I don't need these guys to be George Kittle and Travis Kelce, even though that would be fantastic. I just need them to be aggressive and to help keep the quarterback clean, provide him some safety valves. Yeah, like a classic Chris Manhurst, just strong, big body, most some people over. That's what I'm hoping to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting, this matchup against the Browns, dude. Baker Mayfield. But go ahead, Pickle. You were going to say something.
I was just going to KC. CK was in the chat earlier, and when asked about the Madden simulation, he said tomorrow night we're going to live stream it, probably around 9 p.m.
Oh, that reminds me. I still can't get the black helmets, man.
Hold up. Did you download the update?
Yep. Updated the roster and everything.
You don't. It's not updating the roster. It's an actual title update, not a roster update.
Where you at?
You got a PS5 or Xbox?
Xbox. You need to restart your game. If your game, if the way a lot of the Xboxes are now, they just continue cycle. So if you restart your game to where it has to do the little logo and sign in, then it'll automatically update then.
FYI, PS5 does it automatically. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Oh shit. But, you know what team J Subs is on.
I want PS.
But
he said miss me with that Microsoft shit, bro.
But Kevin, once you do that and you go in, just act like you're going to play a regular game and go in and like selecting jerseys and everything, and just go select helmet, and it'll give you the alternate helmet.
I went to the Creation Center where I made the black helmets and the black uniform. That's my starting uniform. Every time I play the game, that's going to be my uniform.
Well, maybe our record has been so bad with that all black on because we've been missing the helmet. So maybe we'll be undefeated moving forward.
The missing piece.
Well, we only got one game to prove it.
Right.
But, really, boy, right? Huh? We only got one game to prove that it's not cursed and jinxed.
On that simulation, be advised though that because I tried to sim a game today on it. Be advised because of Madden. Because of EA's incompetence, Deshaun Watson will play and start. So that ruins the simulation.
Wait, does it?
I think it does. Watson ain't going to be there, so why have him in the game right now? Why not put him on injury? Why not do whatever you need to do till week 11?
Add a suspension.
They've done it before. They just add a fake injury to put him on the injury list till week 11.
Does that mean that Bill's kicker will still
they
be
did
on
that?
as
They
well?
did that to Hardy when he was suspended for Carolina. When he was on commissioner exempt list, they faked a knee injury or something to him.
Yeah, what did you say, Dan?
Kicker off, surely.
Yeah.
I'm sure with that Deshaun Watson thing, I'm sure they'll rub it out and get it fixed. Rub all the kinks out and get it fixed.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
And the roster
Yo, you're
update
wild, Jay.
next week.
So do y'all have anything else I want to bring up related to this game before we get out of here? How about we just do this? Let's get a prediction from everybody. I really kind of ran through like everybody's score, like official predictions last week, but yeah, let's just get a prediction.
We need a score.
Yeah, so let me get a score and let me get a player that you're looking above all else to have a breakout game. I'm gonna start with Dan. Dan, who's winning? And who's the breakout player from the game this Sunday?
Well, 21-17 Panthers, and maybe these will have the same pick, but I'm going Frankie Louvu to come out and shine. He just seems to make plays every game, and I think he's going to get noticed by, like, nationally by the end of the year. You know what I mean? He's the big breakout player.
Dan, I like that. That's a great pick. That's a great player. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see Frankie Louvu this year, man. Yeah. Jay Stubbs. Sir Jay Stubbs.
Well,
so Jay, what you got, man? Give me the winner, the score, and who's your breakout player of this game, man?
24-14. And I hate saying this, but it's gonna happen. I don't hate saying it. I retract what I said, damn it. Baker Mayfield game ball. He's gonna do what he did not say. He's gonna fuck him up.
Baker Mayfield
and C-Mac clears all bets on your prize pick'em. So take
that
over.
Shit. There you go. I really like that one. That's my favorite one. Jay Stubbs has my favorite pick, no matter what anyone says. That's it. Because Jay wanted me to win. So no, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, man. Look, I've been hard on Baker. I still have my own thoughts and opinions about him. I hope he shuts me the fuck up forever, bro. Straight up. I really hope he does. Yeah, I know. Me too. So I was gonna go to Kevin. Well, I was gonna go to Kevin next, but fuck that. Panther Pickle. Panther Pickle, give me your game winner, a score prediction, and give me your breakout player.
Panthers going to win. It's going to be 28-7.
Nice.
And the breakout player is going to be Derek
Anderson.
Derek Brown.
I was like,
that's a good.
Wait, say it again. Wait, what player you said?
Derek Brown.
Oh, I like that.
And it's going to even force the Browns to change quarterbacks.
Nice.
They haven't got a center, remember?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Derek Brown. That's a good pick for especially seeing what he did in that preseason game. Dude, Derek Brown might kick some ass. That's a good one. All right, I guess we'll go to Kevin next.
I'm saying Carolina wins. I think it's going to be 27-10. And my breakout player is going to be Robbie Anderson.
Whoa.
I think
Rob, I like that.
I think they're going to get on good terms. They're going to show it tomorrow or Sunday.
They're going to be my new best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey, I really do think
there's no ill will.
Dude, how long until like Fox Sports in the morning before one of the shows is doing like a segment about Robbie Anderson and Baker Mayfield being best friends?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's inevitable. Yeah, right? By week 5 or 6, that's set to happen. JD, my man, give me a winner, give me a score prediction, and who's the breakout player, bro?
I'm gonna say score prediction. Panthers win, obviously 31-6.
Woo!
Yeah, I don't see the Browns scoring at all, bro. I think this defense is going to be out there to prove something. Like, you got Phil Snow in the interviews. You got Phil Snow in the interviews getting irritated with people talking about how the defense couldn't stop the run and shit. I think he's gonna have something to prove. So 31-6. I think the breakout player, Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith's gonna lead the team in tackles.
Oh, I like that. I like that. We got all different names so far too. I like that. I like that.
Also, like I said, the Screaming the Soul. That's my son. He's 3 years old, and apparently I have to be more aware of what I'm doing because he's mimicking me when I get upset with video games or watching football. I start yelling.
I've been there, brother. I've been there.
Roblox right now. The kid is playing Roblox, and I don't know what's going on, but he's mad at somebody. So,
bro, they get hit on Roblox, bro.
Hey man, you know how it is. We all grew up gamers, man. Sometimes shit gets serious, bro. You know, so you know, emotions run high when you're whipping ass in Roblox. It happens sometimes. But yeah, man, shout out to your son. Shout out to you. I like that pick. My man Drew. Let's do this again, bro. I need a score. I need who's winning, and give me your breakout player, man.
All right, score 24-16 Carolina. And my breakout player, at first I was Jay Stubbs got my guy, but I'm actually saying player of the game is the offensive line.
Ooh.
So just as a unit, the offensive line. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that all day,
hey,
man.
Drew, it'd be a first in a long time to get the game ball to the O-line. That's a fact.
Exactly.
I know. Could you imagine being so happy about such a thing, man? God, what
Baker's
a
getting
beautiful
that game
moment.
ball no matter what. I don't care what anybody says.
Bro, that would be a beautiful moment no matter what. If we're able to run the ball and our offensive line looks like monsters out there, dude, that's the dream, man. We've been dreaming a long time out here, bro.
Josh in the chat said that he got Shy Smith as his breakout player. I can ride with that. Summertime Shy. I can ride with that.
Summertime throw my hands up and God, let's go. Shy Smith, baby, that's gonna be dude. He's one of my breakout players this year. I hope that Shy has a big time year, man. What is up, dude? And I need your official prediction. I need your who's gonna win, the score, and who's your breakout player, bro.
I'm gonna go with 24-13, and Panthers are gonna win. Dan took my player. I was gonna say Frankie Luvu, but my backup, I'm gonna say, you know what? I want to see what Xavier Woods can do, as well as Anderson, the guy that we just picked up from the Pats.
Oh, Henry Anderson.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much he's gonna play, but
yeah.
I got another one for you, Cody.
Yeah.
J.C. Horn, pick 6, book it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. I like that one. TJ says breakout player is CJ Henderson. That one too. If you picked off in training camp. So my score on the Tuesday show was 31-20, Carolina Panthers. And my breakout player of the game is gonna be Brian motherfucking Burns, boy. I'm talking. I see my man having 4 sacks. To the moon with you, Allen. 4 sacks.
He'll be halfway.
Sacks. Let's go.
He'll be halfway to his career high.
Hey,
Man,
I know, dude. This is the year. I have a feeling this year is the year Brian Burns becomes a superstar. Let's go. I'm saying it now.
It to existence.
This year, Spider Burns becomes a superstar, baby. What's up? Let's go, boy. Well, ladies and
somebody
gentlemen.
good, bro? What was that?
Look, man. I know I'm good. I think everybody's good. This has been another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, man. The Friday Freak Show, the Friday Free My Balls, whatever you want to call this shit, bro. As long as you're here having fun on a Friday, talking about the Carolina Panthers, that's the only mission, dude. And as long as we do
keeping
that,
your pants on.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even know if I'm wearing
Yeah,
pants right
family
now.
get
Be
together.
real. So we'll
Hey,
leave that for
yo.
another day and time. So how about this? Does anyone have anything they would like to say before we jump off the show?
I want to say one
Anything
thing.
you want to plug? Go ahead, Panther Pickle.
Browns,
Burns
what you
double-digit
gonna do when the Panthers bust all over you?
Hey, yo.
Oh, shit. He said, what you gonna do when the Panthers bust on you? They're not gonna do much.
I got one.
They're gonna cry
what's
to
up?
their mommy.
They're a gay Hulk Hogan.
2-0 South Carolina over Arkansas.
Alrighty then.
We you guys think that we're gonna have that mixed reality Panther again this year?
Oh, the big virtual Panther?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
yeah.
We did
That
go
was the
3-0.
highlight of the season. That was the
It
highlight.
really
of the
was.
It was the only one who traditionally who won quite regularly.
Yes.
Maybe Baker will be riding it this year. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got a Browns fan, Big Mike, in the background. Big Mike, we're about to jump off the show, man. I'm about to end it, so there's almost no point at this
Is
time.
that conspiracy theorist, Mike?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on, Mike. Okay. Mike, what's up, bro?
Hey
My
guys, I
man,
just
bro,
wanted.
Go ahead, Mike.
I tried to jump on earlier in my truck, but I couldn't get the volume to work. So I just wanted to say that it looks like Baker is changing your hope. Do you guys feel hopeful for Sunday? Do you feel hopeful for the season?
Yes.
A little bit. Oh, come on.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Mike. Even as someone who has been a naysayer of Baker Mayfield, yeah, I'm starting to feel the energy, man. I'm really hoping that he can be the best version of Baker Mayfield that we've ever seen. Go ahead, Nick.
Listen, Mike.
Well, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see that.
I have more
It seems
hope.
like he's bringing. It seems like he's bringing the.
We got like a 4-second delay. We'll go to Nick. I'll let Nick respond to you, then I'll go back to you, Mike.
So you got to realize something with me, Mike. The thing with me is I've seen so much bad play and bad coaching over the last few years that even with Baker Mayfield being here, which no doubt Baker is better than Sam Darnold or any quarterback that we have on our roster currently. Okay. I'm just not necessarily sold on what this team has to offer yet. This team needs to show me that they can actually perform, that they can actually stop the run, that this offensive line can actually do what it needs to do and protect the quarterback. If the rest of the team can do what they need to do, I have no doubt that Baker will come in and make our roster better and bring us 2 victories.
Yeah.
But part of that is also Matt Rhule doing what he needs to do.
Yeah, and Mike, if I can kind of add on to what Nick is saying, I've been saying on this podcast for a while that it's prove it season. It's prove it season. Everyone has to go and they have to live up to expectations, and they have to reward us for believing in this team. But to your question directly, yeah, I do think that with the upgrades we've made on the offensive line, the weapons that we have around Baker, yeah, there is no reason why we should the very best version of Baker Mayfield that any football team has ever seen before.
Hey, Mike.
So, yeah, I'm excited, Mike.
What's your prediction of the game? What's your score prediction, real quick?
Yeah, Mike, give us your prediction. What's your unbiased score prediction with the Panthers Browns? What's your score? And give us a breakout player. It can be from the Browns or the Panthers.
Panthers 21, Cleveland 3.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Wow. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So you just think the Panthers are going to stop a mud hole in the Browns?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody's been arguing that Stefanski has to use the running backs. But Stefanski doesn't use running backs. His offensive play his playbook is highly geared towards the tight ends. It was that way up in Minnesota. It was that way in Cleveland, and it's going to be that way this Sunday. He only used the running backs 40% of the time when he was last year. So, but I mean, you guys have a strong box. I mean, you're going to be able to stop the run. I mean,
we hope.
I mean, Nick Chubb, the Nick Chubb only got his high mileage is because of Wyatt Teller. Until we got Wyatt Teller, Chubb was struggling a little bit. Even when Wyatt Teller came out because of injuries, I think Chubb only averaged like 40 yards for the whole game.
Yeah.
What is that, guard or something?
Yeah, that's the right guard.
Yeah, right guard.
That's your guard. Hey, real quick, since I have you on here, Greedy Williams is out, but there was even some rumors that Myles Garrett had some personal stuff going on. Is everything okay with Myles? And did you expect any of these offensive line injuries that you have to potentially play a role in the matchup?
Well, you guys, I'm so hyped on Baker. I haven't even been listening to the Cleveland Browns sportscasters.
Wow. Okay. I don't blame you.
As a matter of fact,
all right, I like that.
I need to find out. Like we've got 92.3 The Fan in Cleveland. What's the station in Carolina that I could pick up?
WFNZ.
Yeah,
Was it 95.1 now? Or 95.1?
Yeah, WFNZ Charlotte.
Yeah. If you're trying to access it online, you can download. You can get it's called WFNZ. You can get it on TuneIn Radio. You can get it on the audio app. They have their own little app you can download, and it's free streaming. It's not. You have to listen to a few ads they run, but other than that, it's fine. So.
Yeah, I couldn't even pick up the last preseason game. They blacked it out.
That sucks. Yeah, WFNZ Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's down here. It's 92.7 FM.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are doing a post game show, right?
Oh yeah, that's our biggest show of the year. After every Panthers game, we're gonna be live and we're gonna be talking about everything from the game, all the ups and downs. Yeah, we'll be here for sure.
Okay, well, you guys know I run a Browns backer chapter here, so it's going to be probably an hour after I get home from the watch party. If you guys are still on, I'll jump on it.
I'll be
hey, dude, look, it's gonna be fun. We invite you to come and hang out and get some perspective on the Browns. And yeah, it ought to be a good. Happy that we were able to fit you in at the end of the show before we got out of here, man. That was great. I appreciate you, Big Mike. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with us. And hey, do you have anything you want to plug before we get out of here? Do you have a podcast or whatever you want to put out there before we leave?
No, not really, but I could come up with one real quick.
You're right, but just make
that's right.
The Big Mike podcast. Don't forget to click that like button and that notification.
But you know what that means. Now you actually have to make a Big Mike's podcast.
Hey, look, I just got $1,000 donation. Hey, thank Little John.
Oh shit! All right, well, I appreciate you, Big Mike.
Hey guys, enjoy the game, and I'll talk to you Sunday night.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you,
brother.
Mike.
We'll see you guys.
Absolutely. All right. Is there anybody I want to say before we get out of here? If not, I'm about to peace out. Head over to Greg's show. Talk some House of the Dragon right quick.
We gonna bet the over under on how long the post game show is gonna last?
Oh, dude, probably.
If we win, it's gonna be all. They're gonna go all night, bro.
And by the way, John Barrera says Diaz or Ferguson. Bro, these are two fighters that have seen better days. I'm gonna go Diaz, man. This is the last fight ever. Ferguson has been on like a 3-fight losing streak. Dude, this is Diaz's last hurrah in the UFC, man. Like, maybe I just want Diaz to win. But, yeah, I think Nate Diaz is going to pull it out, bro. So, It'll be a great night of fights tomorrow night too. So, college football, UFC fights, Panthers during the day, House of the Dragon Sunday night. Boy, we out here, bro. It's that time of year, man. It's that time of year. My name is Cody Lashley, co-host of the C3 Panthers podcast. This has been another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All. Until the Sunday show. What am I saying? Post game show right after the game on Sunday. Until then, Panther Nation, keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.